say this, and then if we have time for that, we can kind of cover up what.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Joe Knowles Field here on the campus of South Kitsap High School, as tonight is the homecoming game. South Kitsap hosts the Lincoln Abes in a classic Narrows League crossover game. We are happy to be coming to you live this evening on SKTV, Wave Digital Cable, Broadband, Channel 205, and also streaming live to the world on the internet. This is the Kitsap Sun Game of the Week, and we would like to welcome everybody here through all of our media outlets. So I'm Darren Bowden, and helping me in the booth to bring tonight's game is South Kitsap junior student Siobhan Fay. And Siobhan, thanks for joining me here in the booth tonight.
Well, thank you, DB.
Well, tonight's game should be a classic matchup. We've seen some changes in the Narrows League over the last few years, with schools dropping to 3A schools, traditionally being a strong 4A league. The Lincoln Abes come out in tonight's contest with a 5-1 record and ranked 9th in the 3A contest, as we see the South Kitsap Wolves come running out onto the field here. Lincoln, who is having a great season, coming off of a last week victory 41-6 at Shelton. Lincoln was tripped up the week before, however. They were actually upset at home, losing to Timberline 26-20, but they rebounded and they have continued their winning ways. Currently, Lincoln is second in the Narrows League in the 3A division, trailing only undefeated Wilson, who they will actually face next week at home in a game that could very well determine the Narrows League champions for the 3A part of the Narrows League. They're led by a quarterback who's going to be fairly good, a sophomore quarterback named Jordan Kitna, who is the son of head coach and former NFL football player quarterback John Kitna, who is a Lincoln grad himself and has come back into the area, teaches math, and has done a really good job for their program as of late. But the Abes are going to look to continue their winning ways here, as we are going to throw it down to the field as the South Kitsap High School NJROTC is heading out onto the field, as we are going to have the national anthem played by the South Kitsap High School Marching Band, led by Garrett Grahams.
And now please join Gary Grahams and the South Kitsap Marching Band. Tonight's national anthem conducted by Senior Drum Major Aaron Niles, Junior Drum Major Aaron Rogers, and Field Marshal Cheyenne Edwards, our national anthem. football.
That was the South Kitsap High School Marching Band with the national anthem for tonight's game, the homecoming game. South Kitsap hosting the Lincoln Abes. And the South Kitsap High School NJROTC showing the colors here, presenting the colors here tonight as the captains for both teams come out to midfield for the coin toss. And prior to going into that, Siobhan, we were talking about tonight's matchup as Lincoln's pretty solid offensively and defensively. And they've got a really good coaching staff, good athletes, and they're looking to continue their winning ways. We already know about the sophomore quarterback, Jordan Kitna, but Lincoln also has a couple of solid running backs and senior running back, Rayshawn Miller and Marcus Johnson, who have each rushed for over 250 yards and 3 touchdowns apiece. But we should see a pretty good combination for them. So what are we looking for here for South Kitsap's side?
Well, as threatening as Lincoln is doing, I think that South Kitsap should put up a good game. Wolves come in 2-4, 1-3 in league play after last week's impressive win over Yum, 40-7. They're currently in 6th place in the Narrows League 4A standings, just ahead of Stadium and only half a game behind Yum, and 1 game behind CK for 4th place. The offense is led by junior quarterback Cooper Canton with 763 passing yards and 6 touchdown passes. South leading rushers, senior Taro Bell with 492 yards and 5 touchdowns. Junior Marsha DeWalt with 297 yards and 6 touchdowns. And also last week, sophomore Corey Bell stepped up huge for the Wolves with 137 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns, including a 49-yard pass. The Wolves' are leading wide receivers are senior Logan Knowles with 20 catches and 1 touchdown, and senior Dylan Garcia with 11 catches. The defense is led by leading tackler junior lineman Raymond Marin with 48 tackles and senior linebacker Deshaun Booker with 34 tackles and a team high of 3 forced fumbles.
Now, Siobhan, I understand that you had a chance to talk with Coach Canton this week, and what did he say about tonight's game?
I spoke with Coach Canton earlier this week, and he gave us a couple keys to victory. He said we need to step up in the run. It's been a problem for much of the year, although the Wolves did a great job stopping the run last week against Yelm. Contain number 7, Jamaica Love. He's a D1 prospect with a playmaker and quarterback Jordan Kitna's favorite target. We need to balance offensive attack. The Wolves are going to need to not only run the ball, which they did very well last week, but be able to throw the ball successfully as well. They had a little bit of problem last week. And no unnecessary penalties. Last week, the Wolves had 4 momentum-killing penalties on critical downs. It didn't hurt them so much last week, but we certainly can't afford it this week.
Well, the weather is a beautiful fall evening to play football here in the state of Washington. It'd be anywhere, actually. It's a beautiful, crisp night. There is a beautiful full moon out, and it looks like the Wolves are going to receive the kick as they're going to send back a couple of deep men. Looks like number 25, Corey Bell, and number 21, Taro Bell. And we'll work on getting all of our numbers that we need here tonight as Lincoln is going to kick off. It's going to be a short kick. It's going to take 1 bounce near the 15-yard line. Wolves have the ball. Not much going there, and they're going to get just past the 20. We'll call it the 22-yard line, where South Kitsap will have a 1st and 10 on the offensive side. The Wolves are coming out here with a pretty high-powered offense led by junior quarterback number 7, Cooper Canton. And so tonight's contest, we're seeing 2 head coaches with both sons starting at quarterback for both sides. So a big night tonight as the Wolves break the huddle on the sideline. They're going to come out 1 lone setback. That's Corey Bell. They've got 4 wide receivers, 3 split to the near side. Canton under center, and he's going to pitch the ball to Bell, who escapes a tackle to the outside, gets a nice little block, stays on his feet, gets down to the 30, 35, and he's going to make his way past the 40. A nice big gain of about 15 yards, where it's going to be 1st down for the Wolves. So a nice big run on the first play from scrimmage.
That is one thing that South Kitsap really excels in, is breaking tackles. All last week we saw many broken tackles and yards after contact.
Rayshawn Miller for the Abes took him down along with a host of other tacklers from Lincoln. But not until a big gain from South Kitsap as they're going to come out with the same set. Marshad DeWalt is the lone setback. Canton looking at the defense. And he is in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers to the far side of the field. He's looking to his left. Now he goes to his right, and he's going to go for the big deep pass, and he's got a man, and the pass is broken up. Incomplete. The pass was intended
for Logan Knowles.
Number 3, yes, Logan Knowles. But good defensive coverage there by Lincoln, and it will be 2nd and 10. So trips wide receivers to the far side of the field, and they went one-on-one with Logan Knowles looking for the deep pass. South Kitsap coming out here tonight, looking to put some points on the board. Like you said, a nice win last week against Yelm. They want to continue those winning ways. I formation for the Wolves. They're going to hand the ball off to Bell. He takes it straight up the middle, but he's not going anywhere. Taken down just near the line of scrimmage. I don't think he gained anything on that play. Terrell Bell was the ball carrier on that one. A gain of 0. And it's going to be 3rd down and long for South Kitsap. So after a big running play, a gain of about 15 yards on the first play from scrimmage, they're down to a 3rd down play right here. They need a 1st down. They got to get down almost to the 50-yard line. The ball is at the 38-yard line. They're going to send trips wide receivers to the far side of the field. Canton looking over the defense one more time. DeWalt, the lone setback. Canton looks to his left. He got a man on the slant, goes in and out of his fingertips. The pass was intended for Brandon Maynard. Hit him right in the hands, but Maynard was not able to hang on to it, and it will be 4th down, and I believe that the Wolves are going to send out the punt team, so the Wolves are going to have to kick it away here. So South Kitsap with a couple of offensive plays, and they're going to punt the ball away to Lincoln, who have a couple of deep men waiting back there. Number 21, Rayshawn Miller, is on the far side of the field, and number 4, Tavon Murray, both of them ready to receive the kick. A little bit of a high snap. Canton gets it down. He boots it to his left, and Lincoln is just going to let it bounce. And South Kitsap is going to down the ball at the Lincoln 38-yard line where they will take over. So the Wolves will come out here on defense, and they're going to see that high-powered offense that the Lincoln Abes have, and we'll have to see what they throw at that South Kitsap defense.
It'll be really interesting to see how the South Kitsap handles this high offense, because their defense did really well last week against Yelm. They really only had a couple mishaps with a couple penalties that did not go their way. But otherwise, they had pretty much dominance over the offense for Yelm. So it'll be interesting to see how they do it this time.
Kitna is in the shotgun formation. They send a man in motion, and there's a penalty flag that they handed the ball off to Tavon Martin coming in motion. But penalty comes out, and I believe that it is an illegal procedure penalty. Didn't look like everybody was quite set. And it is illegal procedure, so they're going to send the Abes back another 5 yards where it'll be 1st and 15 from their own 33-yard line. But with the speed and quickness that this high-powered offense has for Lincoln, the Wolves are going to have their hands full tonight. But again, on the other side, like we were saying, you've got to cut down your penalties. Otherwise, that's also that can be a detrimental thing for any ball team.
That is true. We'll be looking out for number 43, Raymond Marin. He had several sacks last week, so it'll be interesting to see how he handles this week.
So the Abes come out here. Kitna now goes under center. They're going to fake the handoff. He's going to drop straight back, and he's going to go for the home run ball, and he's got him in, and he just overthrows the fingertips of the intended wide receiver. Let's see here. We're going to try. That was number 13. That's Alvin Johnson, who was down the middle. But again, we look down on the field, and right at about the 30-yard line is another penalty flag, and I think it is going against Lincoln. So Lincoln's first offensive series has 2 penalties, and this one was holding, but it will be declined by the Wolves, where it will be 2nd and long. So this could be a long night for Lincoln if they continue to have the penalties like this.
But I'm sure South Kitsap will not complain.
Section is 2nd, 15.
So Lincoln comes out, and it will be 2nd and 15. They're going to hand the ball off to a man coming in motion. He gets a block on the side, right on the corner, and another penalty flag. 2 penalty flags come out.
On the play again. Tacklers led by.
We've seen a penalty flag on each play.
Rusher there did not get to the line of scrimmage.
That was number 7, Jamaica Love, and who had the end around. But that one's coming back, I think, as well. So 3 offensive plays, 3 penalties. This could be a long night for Lincoln if this continues. And it is a holding penalty, which is declined. So Lincoln is going to have a 3rd and 15.
3rd and very long.
3rd and very long from their own 35-yard line.
Holding penalty is declined.
So it's going to be, Kitna is in the shotgun, 2 backs. Now 1 goes in motion. 2 wide receivers split to the far side. Kitna drops, rolls to his right. He's looking for a wide receiver, throws to the backside. He's got a wide receiver at the 40, getting near the 50, down to the 40-yard line in South Kitsap territory. A very well-designed play by Lincoln. The catch was made by number 23, Marcus Johnson. Kitna took the snap out of the shotgun, rolled to his right, got all of the momentum going, threw back across his body, and had Marcus Johnson right there, and they get a big gain. So that's how you make up for 3 penalties right in a row with a big pass play like that.
Detrimental to the defense after they had almost had a stop.
Lincoln comes out. Kitna's under center. They have 4 wide receivers, 2 split each side. Kitna looks to his left, drops straight back. He's being flushed out of the pocket, stays on his feet, but he's taken down at the 50-yard line for a big loss. Nice play on defense by the Wolves.
On the sack for the Wolves, back at the 50-yard line.
Sack on that is number 13, Mason Bradley.
Mason Bradley with a great rush up the middle, also accompanied by number 79, Forrest Bingham, and the 2 of them brought him down. So a big loss after a big gain. Kitna in the shotgun again. We're going to see a lot of that this night. And he's got a man, and a little bit underthrown, but he still makes the catch all the way down to the South Kitsap 35-yard line. The pass is complete, where it will be 3rd and 5. For a minute there, it was a little bit of a wobbly pass heading south, but the catch was made, and Lincoln is in prime position to get another first down once again as they stay in a little bit of a hurry-up offense.
It does seem very fast-paced, no huddle.
That seems to be the common theme this year with a lot of high school, college, and even the pros. No one in the backfield. Kitna drops back. He's looked to his left, and he's got a man down the sideline, but he's going to overthrow him. The pass is incomplete. He had a man wide open, but he led him just about 2 to 3 steps, a little too much, and it will be 4th down for Lincoln, 4th and 5, and a little bit too long for a field goal, a little bit too close for a punt. This is usually a go-for-it situation, which they will do. Kitna stays in the shotgun. He's got Marcus Johnson in the backfield, 3 wide receivers. He looks to his left. He's got a man out in the flat. Oh, and it's over the stretch tip of the defender for the Wolves, and the pass is complete down to the 19-yard line, where Lincoln will have a first down, and a South Kitsap defender almost was able to tip that down, but he was not, and Lincoln gets a first down.
Receiver on that was number 13, Alvin Johnson. It's amazing going for it for 4th down in the first drive, but more power to him. They made it.
Kitna was looking for Alvin Johnson earlier with the deep pass and just missed him, but they better be careful as they're going to pitch the ball to Marcus Johnson again. He gets a nice seal on the tackle, and he gets to the outside until he's taken down, but not before he gets a nice gain of about 5-6 yards, and it'll be 2nd and short for Lincoln. So Lincoln's got a nice steady drive going here on their first offensive series. It was looking not so good for Lincoln early on. Their first 3 plays, they had 3 penalties on them. But they came up big on a 3rd down, and they are driving in South Kitsap territory. They're going to hand off to the counter to Lincoln, and he gets to the outside. That's Rayshawn Miller, and he gets close to the goal line before he is driven out, where he's taken down, and it's going to be a 1st and goal for Lincoln at the South Kitsap 5-yard line. So Lincoln is knocking on the door.
What a turn of events from the first possession.
Lincoln escaping 3 early penalties on their first 3 plays on their offensive series. But they are getting ready to, looks like, go into the end zone here. Rayshawn Miller is the lone setback. They're going to hand the ball up to him. Stutter steps, tries to get to the outside, but not until he is taken down. Nice tackle by the Wolves. That's number 56, Marcus Burke.
Great stop for South Kitsap.
Sorry, that's number 56. That's Tyler Pinkerton here. And he keyed a nice stop there where the Abes are going to be short. Second down. Kitna is going to fake handoff, play action, roll to his left. He's got a man in the end zone, and it's going to be caught. We're waiting to see the signal, and it is. It's a touchdown. Touchdown, Lincoln.
That's amazing. I didn't think he's got his feet in, but wow, great catch.
Well, not only did he keep his feet in, but we weren't sure if it was a good catch or not. It looked like he might have trapped it, but the referee is calling it good. The back judge called it a good touchdown, so a 5-yard touchdown pass for the Lincoln Abes, and they get on the board first here with 7:31 remaining in the first quarter of play as Lincoln is attempting the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. So Lincoln goes up 7-0 on South Kitsap here at the homecoming game for the Wolves. And the Wolves are going to have to look to try and get something going here on offense to counter what Lincoln was doing. And we saw just how good that Lincoln offense is, but the Wolves defense was doing just fine until they gave up just a couple of big plays. So they're going to have to look to curtail that here. And they're right in this game. There's a lot of football left. Beautiful evening here at the homecoming game. And Siobhan, this has been a big week with homecoming activities going on all week. What's going on at school?
We've had our Spirit Week, everyone getting up excited for it. We've got all these. We've got the PSAT tomorrow, the 5K fun run. We've got actual homecoming. And we've got our homecoming pep assembly. It's been a really pep-pumped week. Everyone's been getting into it. And there's our fabulous Spirit section. Today we're hoping to set a record of the loudest Spirit section ever. Everyone is invited to come, bring their dates. Everyone get pumped for the homecoming tomorrow.
Jeremy Lukash is the kicker for the Abes. They have somewhat of a very unique kickoff style here. And Lukash is going to kick off, and the ball is going to be taken by Bell at about the 15-yard line, and he runs straight up the gut. Not much doing right there, but he does get out to about the 23-yard line where the Wolves will have a 1st and 10 on their second offensive series here. So the Wolves are really going to look to try and move the ball down the field here to get into some prime time scoring position. But like we were saying earlier, a beautiful evening here at Joe Knowles Field on the campus of South Kitsap High School. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here tonight. Again, we are coming to you live on Wave Digital Cable Channel 205, and we are also streaming live to the world on the internet as this is the Kitsap Sun game of the week. The Wolves come out, 3 wide receivers, I formation. They're going to hand the ball off to Bell, who bounces around a little bit up front and tries to eat his way forward. Corey Bell with the carry, who's been getting a lot of carries this year for the Wolves. And usually the Wolves have quite an arsenal at running back, and they do have that again this year.
The big thing about Corey Bell is that he's only a sophomore. He really lit it up last year. Not last year, last game. And it's been interesting to watch him.
A lot of youth getting a lot of experience for the Wolves as they come out again. 3 wide receivers, 2 split to the near side, I formation. Canton under center. He's going to take a 3-step drop. He's got a man wide open, and he makes the catch. Makes a nice little sidestep. Logan Knowles, and he's going to get past midfield all the way down to the 44-yard line. We're sorry, you call that the 46. We weren't sure where the ref was going to stop with that one. Officially, we're going to call that at the 47. But what a nice little slant pattern by Logan Knowles. And Big Coop made the pass, and Knowles made the catch and gets all the way down into Lincoln territory. South Kitsap with the big pass play. Canton to Knowles. Cooper Canton under center for the Wolves, staying with that 3 wide receiver set, I formation, and it looked like somebody was offside, and there was. A nice hard count by Cooper Canton. And I believe that Lincoln is going to be flagged for an offside on the defense. And they are. It was a nice hard count. Nobody moved on the offense for the Wolves, and the defensive end was just a little too quick getting across there.
It's great to see Cooper Canton keeping doing that. He started using that technique last week, and it really worked against Yelm, so it's glad that he's still using that because the penalties are adding up.
And not only was it a really great pass, but it was an excellent catch, and the run after the pass and the catch by Logan Knowles. So a good combination right there. Two good athletes, two great kids, and a short little pass, and it's picked up by Corey Bell. Boy, he did a nice job of digging that out of the dirt. Looked like it was going to maybe hit the ground, and he got both hands underneath, and he gets down to the 36-yard line where the Wolves are going to have a first down. A little bit of a low throw, but a great catch by Corey Bell. South Kitsap coming out here. They're going to send Dylan Garcia to the far side of the field. Knowles and Maynard are split to the near side. Bell as well. They have three wide receivers. They're going to hand the ball off to number 23, Marshad DeWalt, but he goes nowhere. And, in fact, he might have lost one on the play, which I think that he did. He's going to lose about one. And South Kitsap is going to have a 2nd and 11 from the 37-yard line.
You know, DB, last week was our big pink week game. Everyone goes out and supports, wears pink for breast cancer awareness, but the players like to keep wearing their pink because October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's always good to see those guys wearing pink.
You bet, and we're seeing a lot of that as well in the college and professional ranks as well. So nice to see that support from all levels throughout the entire nation. Wolves come out 2nd 11, Canton under center. They're going to hand the ball off to Bell, and he's got a big hole, bounces to the outside, flips around, almost stays on his feet, gets close to that first down marker until he was tripped up at the 28-yard line. But a nice run. But the reason why he had a big run right there is because there was a giant hole opened by that South Kitsap offensive line. Great blocking up front by the Wolves. That's the kind of thing that the Wolves are going to be looking for here tonight, creating some room for those running backs to run and some time for the quarterback to throw. And so far, they've been doing a nice job of it. As the Wolves come out, it's going to be 3rd and short. They're at the Lincoln 28-yard line. Canton under center. They're going to hand the ball off to Bell, and he gets to the outside. Oh, and he's shoestring tackled, taken down by Marcus Johnson. And I'll tell you, if Johnson didn't stick his hand out and try and get him at the ankles,
he would have been gone.
Going into the end zone. So that was a touchdown saver right there, but great blocking up front again by that Wolves offensive line. The Wolves have a 1st and 10 at the Lincoln 18-yard line. So the Wolves are in the red zone. South Kitsap comes out, 3 wide receiver set. That I formation, Corey Bell getting some good carries here with good blocking up front, and it's going to be offside. Oh, I can't believe they didn't call an offsides on Lincoln, but Bell stays on his feet until he's finally taken down. Boy, and I'll tell you, Coach Canton has a legitimate argument about how in the world that was not offside, because Lincoln, they had a corner blitz coming in, and, you know, with the conditions like this here tonight, the field's in good condition. It gets a little misty out there. It gets a little damp. And the corner came in, and he tried to slow down, lost his footing. He slid right into the line. I can't believe they didn't call offside, but Lincoln leads South Kitsap 7-6 in the homecoming game here at Joe Knowles Field on the campus of South Kitsap High School. Beautiful evening for high school football. The moon is full, and the weather is wonderful. The field looks great. And South Kitsap is going to come out with 3 wide receivers, I formation. Been seeing a lot of that here tonight. Logan Knowles split to the near side of the field. Cooper Canton under center. They got that I formation. Looks like a blitz coming off the corner. They're going to pitch the ball to Bell, who breaks a couple of tackles, cuts back to the inside. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. 1 man to beat. 10, 5. Oh, just take it down.
Ball was fumbled.
It was fumbled. It was recovered in the end zone
by number 12, Dylan Garcia.
South Kitsap, that looked like Terrell Bell, and he got all the way down. One lone Lincoln defender brought him down at the 3-yard line. The ball came out. Then South Kitsap recovered it. I thought it was recovered in the end zone, but it looked like they're calling it down at about the 2-yard line. But nonetheless, Terrell Bell with a huge run, putting the Wolves in scoring position where it'll be 1st and goal from about their own 1.5, from Lincoln's 1.5-yard line. And that is the end of the first quarter. South Kitsap trails Lincoln 7-6. But with the big run by Terrell Bell, even though the ball was fumbled, recovered by South Kitsap, they will have a 1st and goal. They'll need 1.5 yards to get into the end zone. What a great game so far here tonight. Were the activities at school this week just as exciting as this game?
Oh, yeah. I'm only there because for one day because of my running start, but I came just for the pep assembly, just because I wanted to see all of the different fun skits that the homecoming does, and all of the ASB has their famous roller coaster and spirit stick, and I really like going to those because it really gets me pumped for the rest of the weekend.
Always a fun week. Always a fun week at homecoming week with South Kitsap's homecoming activities, all the dress-up days, spirit days. We get a lot of people, a nice crowd here tonight, a lot of former students, local community members come out, everything. It's just a great atmosphere as we have an excellent community here for football in the South Kitsap School District as we get some really good shots of the crowd here tonight. You can see the fans are just all pumped.
Trying to get loud, trying to set a record.
As we've got some South Kitsap super fans going on right here. So South Kitsap's going to break the sideline. They're going to have 3 wide receivers, a big run, 1st and goal for the Wolves. Canton under center, they're going to have the ball, and he off to Marshad DeWalt, and he is going to get into the end zone for the touchdown. Touchdown, South Kitsap.
And just like that, the Wolves seem very much into the game, not at all as beaten as they felt in the first possession when Lincoln scored their touchdown. It's a really great job for the Wolves.
With more key blocking up front by that offensive line. Actually, we've seen that from both sides, but South Kitsap's offensive line has done a great job here tonight, creating some big holes for Terrell Bell and Corey Bell. Both young men doing excellent jobs running the ball here tonight as South Kitsap gets ready for the extra point. The snap and the kick is up, and this one is good. And with 11:56, just 4 seconds into the second quarter, South Kitsap now leads Lincoln 13-7 after a huge run that was set up by Terrell Bell. And the scoring recap like we had, Lincoln got on the board first with a 5-yard touchdown pass early in the first quarter. The Wolves counter that with an 8-yard touchdown pass from Cooper Canton to Dylan Garcia, and then the set up by a giant run by Terrell Bell deep into Lincoln territory. Marshad DeWalt gets in from about 1 yard out, and the Wolves lead the Abes 13-7. What a great game here tonight.
Go back to the offensive line, DB. They know that they are a major running team, and they do a great job setting that up for the running backs and letting them get those breakaways.
Well, the coaches are liking what they're seeing so far. They're doing a really good job up. That offensive line is doing a great job up front, creating some big holes and some scoring opportunities for the offense as well. So South Kitsap is getting ready to kick off here tonight in the second half of play. That's Case Metzelar, the kicker for the Wolves. He's going to have a short little squib kick out into an open area, and it's going to be bobbled. Boy, it was a good thing that the Lincoln receiver had it, but he was bobbling it as he tried to make the reception. They weren't going to go deep. They just don't want to go deep. Those 2 deep return men with that speed that they have back there. And but boy, that was a dangerous field right there as he was bobbling it, but he hung on to it, and Lincoln is going to have good field position at their own 45-yard line near midfield. trailing South Kitsap 13-7. So Jordan Kitna will come out in the shotgun formation. He's been in it most of the night. He's going to hand the ball off to the lone setback, but he's not going anywhere as he's met by a small pack of Wolves who stop him right near the the original line of scrimmage. That's Rayshawn Miller not going anywhere.
The defender on that tackle was Marcus Burke, the senior.
Nice tackle by Burke, leading a couple of other Wolves on the defensive end. Lincoln's got a 2nd and long. Kitna fakes the handoff, and he's got a man out on the far side, taken down. Nice tackle on defense. That's number 24 for the Wolves.
Li'i Kalima.
Kalima with a great tackle out there. Good wrap-up, good fundamentals. Only a gain of about 1 on the play, and just like that, it's going to be 3rd and long, but the Wolves are going to need to hold solid right here on defense. They've got 3 wide receivers, 2 to the near side. Kitna's in the shotgun. He looks straight down the middle, being flushed out of the pocket. He's going to be taken down, and he's sacked at the 40-yard line.
Number 13, Mason Bradley, again.
Nice tackle by Bradley right up the middle. Kitna had all kinds of time to throw, but he couldn't get it off as Bradley took him down. It's going to be 4th and long for the Abes. So after the touchdown by South Kitsap, their defense comes out fired up, and the Wolves are going to send 2 men back. Lincoln's going to punt the ball. They've got the ball at their own 40. And you're going to fake it and run up the middle, but he's not going to get it. They're going to stop him. I'm a little surprised that Lincoln went for the fake punt.
Rusher on that, Alvin Johnson. I'm surprised, too, with them being not such a long 4th down.
Well, if anything, try to get to the outside with a little more running room. That middle was just plugged up, and the defense was fired up, and they stopped him, and South Kitsap's going to have the ball after a turnover on downs in great position at the Lincoln 43-yard line, where they will have a 1st and 10. So a good stop on downs here. South Kitsap looking to capitalize, which is basically like a turnover. South Kitsap comes out, I formation, 3 wide receivers. Dylan Garcia is the lone receiver, split to the near side. Ken's going to look for him, and he's got him wide open. Garcia makes the catch, and he stays on his feet as they spin him around till he's taken out near the sideline. It looked like he lost the ball. Lincoln was signaling that they got it, but I think that they had already called him out. South Kitsap will have a 1st down, getting all the way down to the Lincoln 25-yard line. For a minute there, it almost looked like he fumbled the ball, but he was already out of bounds. Nice catch by Garcia, and a nice
evasion.
Run after the catch, too. Looked like he was going down early, but he spun around, stayed on his feet. Logan Knowles split to the far side. Garcia and Maynard to the near side. Corey Bell is the tailback. They hand it off to him. Not much up the middle, a little bit. We're going to call it a gain of 4, where it'll be 2nd and 6 for South Kitsap. So South Kitsap looking for a little bit of clock management right here. 9:44 remaining in this first half. South Kitsap leads Lincoln 13-7, and they are driving in Lincoln territory.
They really want to take advantage of that great field position and that great turnover.
They've got a lot of momentum going their way. They're going to send Maynard and Knowles to the far side. Garcia, this near side. Marshad DeWalt is the fullback. Corey Bell is going to get the handoff, and he's going to be chased down from behind, but not before a rash of Abes are right there up front to take him down. Nothing doing. In fact, I think he lost 1 or 2 on the play, and it's going to be 3rd down for South Kitsap. So a good stop here by the Lincoln defense. It's going to lose a couple on the play. It's going to be 3rd and long for South Kitsap at the Lincoln 23-yard line.
It would really be great if South Kitsap was able to convert into the 1st down again. They've had some trouble before, and getting those 3rd down conversions would be even more power to them this time.
Number 80, Marcus Burns, is also now in for the Wolves. He splits to the far side. along with Maynard, but there is a timeout as South Kitsap will burn their first timeout here.
Second timeout.
Or excuse me, their second timeout. And they are going to have a second or a 3rd and 8. So 3rd and long for the Wolves as they want to think about it right here. Again, for everybody who's just joining us, we're coming to you live on Wave Broadband Cable Channel 205. We're also streaming live on the internet. And this is also the Kitsap Sun Game of the Week. The South Kitsap Wolves at their homecoming game here tonight at Joe Knowles Field on the campus of South Kitsap High School lead the Lincoln Abes, the 9th rated 3A Lincoln Abes in the 3A level, 13-7. It's been a great game here tonight. Seen a lot of offense and seen a lot of defense, and the Wolves are trying to capitalize a good 4 and out by Lincoln. Lincoln had a 4th down, and they were set up in the punt formation, and they went for it. They had a fake punt, ran right up the middle, but the Wolves stopped them. But Lincoln has turned right around on defense, and they're doing a good job for themselves, trying to stop South Kitsap from all this momentum to get them into the end zone one more time. The Wolves in the I formation. Cooper Canton under center. Corey Bell is the tailback. They're going to hand the ball off to Bell. He sidesteps, tries to get to the outside, but he's not going to get anywhere. And it is going to be for a loss, forward progress. He's going to lose a couple. And it's going to be 4th and 11 for the Wolves. And they're a little bit out of field goal range for this one as well, so I think they're going to have to go for it. Ball's all the way back to the 25-yard line.
4th and very long, very nervous.
Cooper Canton gets the play from Coach Canton, his dad, from the sideline, and he comes out to the huddle. They're going to send Logan Knowles, split him to the far side, Maynard and Garcia. They got trips to the near side. Corey Bell's in that slot. Canton's going to drop straight back. He's got a man on the slant. Oh, and the pass is in. Oh, it's intercepted. It's intercepted by Lincoln, and he stays on his feet, gets out near that. He's just pushed out of bounds.
Intercepted by 21, Rayshawn Miller.
But there is a penalty flag near the middle of the field at about the 20-yard line. We'll have to wait and see what it was. It went right through the hands of Logan Knowles, and then it was intercepted by Lincoln. But I think this is after the interception. And it is. It's going to be a block in the back by Lincoln. But Lincoln with the turnover, and earlier we saw that with Lincoln. They turned the ball over with an interception. Kyle Carpenter made the interception for the Wolves. And now Lincoln returns the favor. So each side has one turnover. And with 7:36 remaining here in the first half, South Kitsap leads Lincoln 13-7. South Kitsap was on the drive, and on a 4th and long, instead of punting the ball, they went for it. A little too close for a punt, a little too far for a field goal, so you go for it in high school football. And they came up a little bit short, but Lincoln will have the ball deep in their own territory, all the way back at their own 10-yard line after the push in the back. They're going to hand the ball off to the up back, but he's taken down. Not going to get very far, drags a few tacklers, gets down to the 15. We'll call it a gain of 5, or it'll be 2nd and 5 for Lincoln.
Be really great if the defense here got a great pressure, perhaps continuing to get another, if they got another turnover, that would be amazing field position.
Kittna takes the pass. He's going to hand the ball off, and boy, he bounces off a couple of tacklers.
23, Marcus Johnson.
Nice job by Marcus Johnson. He's been getting some carries here tonight. Initial hit, and he rolled right off that, stayed on his feet, kept his legs driving, and he was able to get the first down. And that's what a running backs coach really likes to see. So Lincoln will have a first down at their own 23-yard line. They're going to hand the ball off one more time. That's Johnson. He had a nice opening right there. Another big running play. Gets down to the 37-yard line. So a couple of big runs here by Marcus Johnson and Rayshawn Miller. And these guys are really helping carry that offense down the field. Kittna's under center. trips wide receivers to the near side. They're going to pitch the ball to the outside. There goes
21, Rayshawn
that's Miller. One more time. He gets a couple of nice blocks. Then he's forced out of bounds into South Kitsap territory.
Right on the 40-yard line.
He gets ridden out of bounds, pushed out of bounds at the South Kitsap 42-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10. So Lincoln going with the running game, getting some good blocking up front, and they are keeping those sideline markers moving quickly. South Kitsap going to try and stop the run going on here. They send a man in motion. Stops, reverses, comes to the near side. Kitten under center. They're going to pitch the ball, and they're going to look for a block on the outside. Doesn't get a whole lot, and he gets forced out of bounds. Nice block, nice tackle.
Again, the ball carrier, Mason Bradley driving him out near the 40-yard line.
Nice job by the South Kitsap defense, forcing him outside. It looked like it was going to be a halfback option almost. The running back pulled up. That was Rayshawn Miller. He looked like he was going to pull up and try and throw it, then he just kept it and kept going. Still got a couple out of the play. They're going to still hand the ball off to Johnson this time. He dances and sidesteps around, and he's going to get that first down. Still going on his feet. Crosses the 30-yard line down to the 29. What a run by Marcus Johnson.
Great drive all the way back from their own 5-yard line. Now to the South Kitsap 25-yard line.
He just kept dancing around there as more substitutions are made quickly before Lincoln can get off that play, and they get it off there, and they hand the ball straight up the middle. That's Marcus Johnson taken down from behind, but not until he gets down to the South Kitsap 22. He'll be close to that first down marker where it's going to be 2nd and short. So Lincoln just running the ball here with that hurry-up offense. This time, Kitna will be in the shotgun. He's going to send a man in motion. That's Devin Brady. Stops. He's dropped back. He's looked. Doesn't have anybody open. He's going to be taken down. South Kitsap sack. Nice job on defense. Kitna went down, and he stays down. They're going to help him up, shake it up a little bit on that play. A nice late blitz coming in there.
One of the defenders there, Chandler Van Amen, number 87, on that sack. A couple of defenders as well.
Kitna dropped back, had a lot of time to throw, and then here comes the blitz, and they take him down. Nice defense there by the Wolves. A good solid blitz will take away all that passing, and it sure did right there. 4:48 remaining here in the first half. Lincoln looking for the sideline called. Looks like they're going to let it run down, and they're going to call a timeout, which they do. Lincoln is going to call their first timeout. They have 2 timeouts left. 4:39 remaining. Lincoln trails 13-7. They'd like to get into the end zone or some kind of points here. Just keep running the ball, and they got down deeper. They got down to the 22, but on a blitz, South Kitsap took Kitna down for a huge loss. And it's going to be 3rd and long. Lincoln needs to get down to the 19-yard line to South Kitsap for a first down to possibly keep this drive going.
So, DB, to talk about our 2 coaches, both are local homegrown guys, Coach Kitten from Port Orchard and Coach Kitna from Tacoma. They're both Division I colleges, Coach Kitten from UW and Coach Kitna from Central Washington, and they both came back to their own alma maters. Coach Kitten here at SK and Coach Kitna to Lincoln High School, and they're both in their 2nd year. Seems almost like they made a copy of 2 coaches and just put them on separate teams.
Well, one advantage you have with that is you've got former college players, one professional, that have a lot of experience coming back to the community. As Kitten's going to take the shotgun, he's going to hand the ball straight up the middle. Not a lot going right there. Get it past the 25 down to the they're going to mark it just inside the 25-yard line. And it's going to be 4th down. I think Lincoln's going to go for it here. But you get a couple of homegrown athletes.
And they both have their sons as quarterbacks.
A lot of experience, and there's a lot of positives about that. Where head coaches whose sons happen to be playing, and it's really a great experience. Lincoln with a 4th down here. Kitna's under center. Looks like they're going to change the call a little bit here. Looking to the sideline. They've got 2 wide receivers split to the far side. Lone set back in the backfield. Kitna's going to drop straight back. Looks to his left. He's got a man out there, and the pass is overthrown just a little bit. It is incomplete. And Lincoln is going to turn the ball over on down. So a nice defensive stop there by South Kitsap.
Definitely needed it when they have such great pressure and a really long drive and time-burning drive. Great job by South Kitsap defense.
But like you said, going back to that earlier, you've got it happens a lot, especially in high school, where you see coaches of any level, head coach, assistant coaches, and there's nothing greater than the opportunity to be able to coach your own son.
We've
got coach your own kid.
We've got almost the whole Canton family here. We've got Cooper as quarterback, Coach Canton as the coach. The littlest one is a ball boy, and the daughter is a stats girl.
That's right. So Wolves are going to take over on downs. They're going to pitch the ball out to Bell, and Terrell Bell gets to the outside, finally taken down at the 30. He's going to have a nice big gain. Then there's a penalty flag that comes flying in late. That's usually in the area of unsportsmanlike conduct. We'll have to wait and see because the play was over and then a flag came in from the back judge. The ball was down near the 30-yard line, and I think it's going to be a personal foul against Lincoln. Some kind of a personal foul, maybe something that was said. I certainly didn't see any kind of a hit. So we're going to add 15 yards to that play, and the Wolves are going to have a big first down heading towards Lincoln territory. So another penalty flag, and Lincoln's played a great game here tonight, and even though the turnovers are equal at 1, but one thing that has plagued Lincoln here tonight are their turnovers. So South Kitsap will have the ball at their own 45-yard line, getting near midfield.
Let's hope they take advantage of it because it's really helpful with such a little bit of time left.
3:42 remaining here in the first half. I formation. Terrell Bell, they're going to hand the ball off to him. Not much right there. He's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, where it's going to be 2nd and 10. And Lincoln has done a pretty good job right up front there on that defensive line, stuffing a few plays here. Earlier, South Kitsap's line was creating some pretty big holes, but I guess you can't.
Adapted.
I guess you can't have a big hole every time just like that. So they do have to make a few adjustments, but they have to be careful because they'll get that opening one way or another. South Kitsap comes out 2nd and long. They're going to send Maynard Knowles to the far side of the field. Dylan Garcia to the near side. He caught a touchdown pass earlier. They're going to fake the handoff. Cooper Kent looks at a blitz coming in. He's got a man wide open down the middle. That's Brandon Maynard. Nice catch by Maynard. Braden Maynard.
Amazing he caught that. The defense had great pressure on him.
And it was set up. Nice play by Cooper Kent looking to his right. Maynard ran a slant play, a deep slant play. Gets all the way down into Lincoln territory, down to their 26-yard line, and the Wolves are in business. South Kitsap 1st and 10 at the Lincoln 26. 2:42 remaining. Wolves looking to get on the board before the half. Canton under center. They're going to fake the handoff, roll to his left. He's got a man out in the flat. It looked like it was tipped, and the pass was incomplete.
Intended for Marshad DeWalt.
Marcus Johnson came in and got his hands up, and it was tipped, and it was still on the outstretched fingertips of Marshad DeWalt, but the pass is incomplete.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 for the Wolves at the Lincoln 26-yard line, sticking with that 3 wide receiver set, 2 split to the far side. Bell is the tailback. Terrell Bell. Marshad DeWalt, they're going to hand the ball off to Bell. He's got a little bit of room up front, sidesteps, dances around, and he makes his way, keeps it going. But a penalty flag comes flying in from Belfair, and I think this is going to be a hold. That penalty flag, I'm not kidding you, came all the way back from about the 40-yard line, and it's down at the 20, and it's going to be a hold on the offensive line. I sure didn't see the hold, but hey, that's why I'm up here in the booth and not down there on the field. And But it was a great blocking up front, a big hole there for Bell. And
perhaps that's why there was a great blocking.
And that could be just it. But substitutions now coming in for the Wolves and for the Abes. So scoot the Wolves back even farther, 2:23 remaining. South Kitsap still leading 13-7, but they're knocking on the door one more time. The ball will be at their own 31-yard line. They need to get down to about the 14 for a first down to keep this drive going.
Coming up on the 2-minute mark.
Marcus Burns is also now in for the Wolves, wide receiver, with Maynard on the far side. Canton's going to hand the ball off to Bell, straight up the middle, but he's not going anywhere. Not going to get much. In fact, I think he might have lost maybe now. He got back to the line of scrimmage where it's going to be 3rd and long for the Wolves. So Lincoln doing a nice job making some adjustments up front. And it's going to be 3rd and long for the Wolves.
Clock winding down to 1:30.
More substitutions coming in. Canton calls the play. He's coming out. Marshawn DeWalt is now the lone setback. The Wolves coming out. Trips wide receiver split to the far side. Dylan Garcia on the near side. Watch out for Garcia. Lincoln's corner is pointing that out. They're going to look for him on a slant. They make the pass. He comes over the top. He does make the catch. But he gets down to the 25-yard line, and then a penalty flag comes from the back judge, from the referee. And that's going to be on Lincoln. I think it's going to be a late hit. Canton threw the ball. Garcia made the catch. Made it down to the 25. The officials are talking about it near the 30-yard line, and I believe this is going to go against Lincoln. It is. You can see the body language on the Lincoln defenders, and they're going to tack this on.
This could possibly be very good for South, being able to get that first down and keep running down towards the end zone with about 1:05 left.
The penalty flag's at the 40-yard line, but I believe this is going to be a late hit. And it is. It's a personal foul against Lincoln, so they're going to tack on 15 yards to that. And that's going to put it all the way down to the Lincoln 10-yard line where it's going to be 1st and goal. And there's going to be a timeout on the field. So South Kitsap with a big penalty working for them with 1:05 remaining here in the first half. They lead Lincoln 13-7, but they are knocking on the door to get into the end zone one more time. It's been a great game here tonight. Both sides playing well, but the one thing that has plagued Lincoln are those penalties.
That's true. A lot of times they're South Kitsap at their 3rd and very long, and then penalty, and now they're back into the game. Coach Canton there is a very vibrant coach. He really gets the players pumped, and it is also quite inspirational and intimidating.
Lincoln's second timeout. Both sides have one timeout remaining. If the Wolves need it to stop the clock, they do have one timeout remaining. So the Wolves are going to break the sideline huddle from the timeout. Lincoln also down to one timeout. The Wolves are going to send 3 wide receivers to the far side. Marshall DeWalt's going to be the lone setback. This was the formation they had. Dylan Garcia on the near side, Canton under center. He's going to hand the ball off to DeWalt on the counter, and he's got a little bit of room, stays on his feet, barrels his way forward, but he's going to be spun around.
Almost started going the wrong direction.
Forward progress kept him going. They're going to get him down to the 3-yard line where it'll be 2nd and goal.
Great run by Marshall DeWalt, though. He really does a great job of taking tacklers with him. It's certainly not easy to bring him down. Yelm last week had a really hard time bringing him down. Several times he took about 3 of them for an extra 5 yards.
And it's actually going to be 2nd and 5. The Wolves can still get a first down. They're inside the 10-yard line. Call it the 7. They're going to go for the little pass to the corner, and the pass is overthrown, incomplete. But a penalty flag comes down, and I think that's going to be pass interference. We'll just have to wait and see what side it is. The officials are discussing the issue down around the 7-yard line. Canton went for a corner touchdown pass. It was incomplete, and it's going to be against Lincoln, so a pass interference, and that'll be half the distance, and the Wolves are going to have a 1st and goal. So the Wolves are going to have a lot of chances right here to get into the end zone. With 20 seconds remaining, they do have one timeout if they need it.
Let's hope the Wolves can take advantage of this great field position.
Lincoln is going to call their 3rd and final timeout.
The ball spotted at about the 3.5-yard line.
The ball is going to be at about the 3.5-yard line, it looks like. South Kitsap still has one timeout left, leading 13-7, looking to get into the end zone, but they only have 20 seconds to do it. So if they don't get anything right here, and actually it's going to be just short, it's going to be 3rd down for the Wolves. They can still get a 1st down. Just outside the 3-yard line. If they get a 1st down, the clock will stop. If they need, they can burn that last time out of theirs as well. But the Wolves would love nothing better than to get that ball into the end zone. So we'll have to wait and see how they do. So South Kitsap will come out here, probably going to come out in that power I formation that they have in tight situations, which they do. 2 blockers up front, 2 fullbacks. Marshad DeWalt is the lone setback behind those 2 big blockers. Canton under center. He's going to hand off to Marshad DeWalt, and he is going to waltz into the end zone. Touchdown, South Kitsap on the counter. Took about 5 seconds to get into the end zone from there. Nice play call. They run the little counter, and DeWalt dances right in for the touchdown. So the Wolves with a big offensive series right here, and more importantly, good clock management in the process. And with 15 seconds remaining here in the first half, the Wolves get back on the board, awaiting the extra point. Case Metzelar with the extra point. It's a high snap, but he brings it down, and the kick is, wait a minute, the kick was up and good, but when the snap came, it's an illegal procedure call against South Kitsap, so they're going to scoot him back and make him kick it again. So Case Metzelar with the extra point. It was good, but the penalty against the Wolves will scoot him back. No time run off the clock. Still 15 seconds here. The Wolves will just attempt a longer extra point.
Potentially problematic for the Wolves. They have had problems with their extra kick.
There's the snap, the kick. It is up, and it is good. With 15 seconds remaining here in the first half of play, South Kitsap leads Lincoln 20-7. So the South Kitsap Wolves did a really nice job, have done a great job on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. And they have limited the 9th-ranked Lincoln Abes of the 3A division of the Narrows League and the 3A state rankings to only 7 points in the first half. But it's been a great game on both sides. Both sides, offense and defense, doing a good job. But the one thing that has plagued Lincoln here tonight have been the penalties. It's just killed them here tonight. So South Kitsap is going to look to kick off to Lincoln, and I can only imagine that this is probably going to be some kind of a squib kick. They don't want Lincoln any kind of chance for an attempt at a run back.
Depending on how much yardage they get on this kick, the Abes will probably get about enough time for about 1 or possibly 2. So really it comes down to making sure that there's not a good return.
Well, we've got some pretty big halftime activities coming your way. We're going to have the South Kitsap High School Marching Band. We've got the homecoming court. We got all kinds of things going on here tonight at the high school, but we're going to have to wait and see what happens here these last 15 seconds of this first half. South Kitsap leading Lincoln 20-7. 15 seconds remaining here. A nice crowd here tonight. Case Metzelar getting ready to kick off for the Wolves at the 40-yard line. They've got 2 deep men, but they're going to try and keep it out of their hands like they've been doing all night. And but they're going to kick it long and deep and away to the left. But it is called back. The whistles were blowing as he was kicking the ball. And it's kind of a good thing they did that because the ball was sailing out of bounds, and that would have been a penalty where Lincoln would have automatically received the ball at their own 40-yard line. But it's going to be, and South Kitsap is going to call their third and final timeout. So we'll have to wait and see what South Kitsap has up their sleeve. Whether they kick it, squib kick it. Who knows, maybe they might even go for a little onside kick to try and catch them by surprise. But nonetheless, South Kitsap has a comfortable 20-7 lead with a very good first half, played by both sides, really. Lincoln got on the board first, going up 7-0, and then South Kitsap, everybody always says unanswered points. Well, they had the answer tonight. They came up with 20 answered points, I'll tell you that. A couple of pass plays, some running plays, and that's the answer that any team needs to go ahead, and they are leading Lincoln 20-7. So South Kitsap, after their third and final timeout, they break the huddle. They're going to come out here as well. Don't see any trickery being developed. If anything, coaches just want to get that clock running down.
The Abes only had that first touchdown on that first drive.
And this one, they're going to just squib it, and it touched the Lincoln player. They're going to have to pick it up, and he gets a run. They're going to be careful. He spins him around. He gets down to about the 45-yard line, but it touched a Lincoln player early up front. So they had to pick up that ball quickly. And with 8 seconds remaining, I don't see Lincoln trying to get too cute here, but you never know. They might run the old Hail Mary, or they might just take a knee and go into halftime being down 20-7. But a good game so far here at Joe Knowles Field on the campus of South Kitsap High School. South Kitsap leading Lincoln 20-7 at their homecoming game. Lincoln coming out. They're going to set up in one final formation. They're going to get a little bit of, they're going to have trips wide receivers to the near side, the lone wide receiver to the far left, Kitna, down the middle. He's moving around, flushed out of the pocket, and then finally he just gets rid of it. The pass is made, the catch is made at the 46-yard line, but time has expired here at halftime. And South Kitsap goes into halftime with a 20-7 lead over the 9th-ranked Lincoln Abes of the 3A level.
And
what a great game here tonight.
And for our halftime enjoyment, we'll have, as usual, the marching band will be performing on the field. But since it's our homecoming game, we have our homecoming court will be paraded onto the field in their golf carts. And then our homecoming king and queen will be announced.
So enjoy the show, and we'll see you for the second half.
Okay, so it looks like the SK band is about to take the field. We hope you'll stay with us through halftime for some of our events
Ladies and
here.
gentlemen, the South Kitsap
My name is
High
Ben
School
Blankenship. I'm the video production educator taking over for Darren Bowden while he gets a drink of water here. But it looks like Gary Grams and his SK band are about to take the field. I know they're doing a number of songs tonight, so we're going to stand by to take a listen. And then once we have our homecoming court take the field, we'll give you a couple of bios on who is going to maybe take the crown tomorrow night for SK homecoming.
Saturday night, all right. Bring the drum line. The band would like to welcome ninth graders from Cedar, Sedgwick, and Marcus Whitman Junior High who are marching with the band this year. Drum majors and the band would like to thank the senior band members, second year parents, and the South Kitsap School District for their dedication and hard work in supporting the band. Ladies and gentlemen, your halftime show.
So how about that SK band, huh?
They've certainly got some fancy footwork.
I think what's really great about the SK band is just like the football team, as the season goes on and the football team tries to improve from each game, so does the South Kitsap marching band. They definitely have a little one sound tonight. Sounds pretty good for our homecoming festivities tonight. One thing that's also kind of interesting too, Siobhan, is I got the pleasure of going down with Mr. Grams and his band in 2010 to the Rose Bowl parade, which was a lot of fun, and their lines are a lot straighter than I think even back then in the parade. So it looks like already underway. Our homecoming court is coming out in our in their golf carts here, so we're going to take a look at some of our homecoming court for this year. First up is Isaac Santos and Rachel Latosky, our sophomore representatives this year.
Rachel's parents are Darren and Kendra Latosky. Her activities are volleyball and dance. Next is our sophomore is Mason Villarma and Haley Romo. Haley,
our junior court members.
Thank you. Haley is varsity on soccer, basketball, and fast pitch, and she generally has a 4.0. Mason works on the fishing boats commercially over the summer, does running, plays basketball, and won in the 4x4 state championship.
Mason, we had him as a video student one here. He's just an exceptional student in the classroom as well. Coming down the track now, looks like we have
Tyler Ludlow and Rachel Bauman. Tyler Ludlow plays baseball, football, and does church. Rachel's activities are volleyball and tennis.
She's also a great member of ASB, too. Does a lot to help out at school here. Looks like Tyler's going to be back out here on the field for a second. Coming up next, we have Irvin Anez and Katrina Mendoza.
Irvin is one of the lieutenants. Is a battalion commander in ROTC, ASB, and athletic medicine. And Katrina is on highlighters. We have now
Jake Stanley and Laura Rill.
Laura is cross-country, tennis, skiing, hiking, bike riding, and Jake is obviously a football player. He as well does many outside-of-school activities. Now we have Carissa Danubio and Sergio Lomelli Flores. Sergio is one of our own video students.
If you enjoyed what you were watching in the football game tonight, Sergio is one of our directors for the crew, so he's bringing you the crew tonight.
And Carissa is a cheer girl.
Looks like near the end of our line here is Noel Damian, the senior class president, and then with him is Eigel Bauer. Eigel's a lot of fun. You can see her snapping pictures around the halls of SK and also doing a lot for ASB as well.
And
all 3 years here.
Both of them are very spirited. And now we have Donald Furman and Heidi Edgecombe. Heidi is one of our great leaders in swim, and Donald Furman is on varsity for football.
Donald Furman, also one of our wrestling captains this year. And finally, kind of down at the end of the line here is
Logan
Knowles and Randy Redburn. Randy Redburn is our ASB president. Logan Knowles with some big hits and tackles tonight on the football field. Also an exceptional video student when he was in the program. Both of these two are a lot of fun to watch at the assemblies as they liven things up and they really get their senior crowd going. So
look down the line of all of our homecoming court. The classes have been voting all week on who they believe should be homecoming king and queen.
So we are, just like you at home, folks, are standing to kind of get the crowning or information on who might kind of step forward. Tomorrow night should be a lot of fun, Siobhan. Are you going to the dance?
I am. I'm actually going to the dance with Sergio, who's on homecoming.
Very cool. Do you guys have big plans for before or after?
Yeah, we're going to go to dinner in Tacoma, and kind of afterward, it's kind of a toss-up of who we want to hang out with, but it will be lots of fun.
Cool. Are you going to do the funky chicken?
I pride myself in it being a good dancer, but not for the funky chicken.
Well, I hope everybody who goes to homecoming has a safe and fun time tomorrow night. It's been a lot of fun around South Kitsap this week with the homecoming assemblies and Spirit Week. Just today at the assembly, we tried to break a world record for noisiest assembly. What were your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm a big Seahawks fan, so I love to get loud. I sometimes, to the fault of my friends, they kind of think it's annoying, but I love loud crowds.
Can't hate on spirit. If it's spirit, then it's in the right.
I'm
right
a running
direction,
start
right?
student. I don't even go to this school hardly ever, and I came for the pep assembly because I love it.
We also had a lot of SK clubs show up. It's not just about a football game. It's kind of coming together as a pack. We had a lot of clubs with fundraisers going on, German clubs selling carnations for that special someone all week. We had the FFA and their Kiss a Pig fundraiser going on. Poor Mr. Yingling, our theater.
It was a cute pig. It was a cute pig.
Yeah, and I think it was, kind of a let's be friends kind of a peck. So if you watch into SKTV later on, you may see the homecoming assembly that we taped earlier and get a glimpse of that. Here they are, our 2013-2014 homecoming court, ladies and gentlemen.
All of them are very well-rounded students and involved in their school. Very proud.
The homecoming court chosen by nominations from teachers and staff around the high school, and then kind of whittled down. And then tomorrow night we'll find out who's going to be the homecoming king and queen. Oh, excuse me. I guess we find out tonight. Let's see here.
Some of our ASB girls getting ready to present the homecoming queen and king.
Now for our 2013 homecoming king and queen, your king, Tyler Ludlow, and Queen Agul Bauer. Congratulations.
So we have our winners, Agul Bauer and Tyler Ludlow.
Pretty good choices. Pretty good choices. I'd say so myself.
I think it was great to pick Agul. She's involved in so many sports herself and clubs, and she really represents South.
Yeah, we've seen her even as a sophomore, all the way up as a sophomore. Every time we have a Spirit Day, she's decked out in her colors. She's very friendly to anyone in the call.
She's just the nicest girl.
Yeah. And then Tyler may not want to wear that hat out onto the field for the second half, but I'm sure he couldn't be prouder, up 20-7 at halftime, and then just being crowned homecoming king.
It was actually interesting. Tyler, his girlfriend, is on homecoming court as well, though she didn't get picked. But it was definitely a power couple. Great to see both of them to be crowned.
So it'll be kind of fun to watch tomorrow night.
Smiling for the camera.
There they are, ladies and gentlemen, your 2013-2014 homecoming court, SK King and Queen. And it looks like the Lincoln Abes have now taken the field again, are warming up. We have just a short little amount of time here before the Wolves take over for the second half.
Just about 50 seconds left.
As we get started in the second half here, Saban, what do you think are some of the keys for SK to keep this lead that they have here?
I think that they need to make sure and take advantage of all of the penalties that the Abes have been making. They've certainly made a lot of definitely 10, 15-yard penalties, and they have been able to capitalize on that. I think they need to continue to do that. I think that the offensive line needs to continue to make those big gaps for those running backs like Marshad DeWalt, Corey Barrel, Taro Bell, and to try to pass the ball a little bit more to Braden Maynard and Logan Knowles.
There's your last look at the 2013-2014 homecoming court. The SK Wolves are now taking the field. I'd completely agree with you. Those penalties are really killing the Abes. And you know what I think they're also doing is setting up a lot of those big sacks, those loss of yards here that can cause some frustration for an offense if it never really gets going. Then you can never kind of set into a rhythm.
That's true. South Kitsap has had 3 sacks on the night, as in they've been able to sack the Abes, in specific Jordan Kitna.
Where do I get a golf cart like that? Seems like a lot of fun.
I don't even know where they keep the golf carts.
They may have to rent them, bring them in.
We've got the special King and Queen home cart with extra balloons.
I also wonder, too, for our sophomore members of Homecoming Court, if they have to have a special license or maybe drive with a parent or a friend or something like that.
They are quite younger. Great excitement from our court.
You got to wonder what's going on in the locker room of the Lincoln Abes, what sort of adjustments they're going to have to make to come out for the second half here. If you're Coach Canton for the SK Wolves, I think you just keep going with what you're doing. You continue to make the plays that you need to, hard hits and good tackling. Looks like they're trying to really tighten up on a lot of those fundamentals if they're going to stand a chance in league play.
And the Lincoln Abes definitely are not used to this position. They are 4-1 as a total in their for all their games, so they're definitely not used to being on the losing side.
It may be that homecoming spirit in the air,
Yeah, the boys are definitely feeling the excitement.
Okay. Before we get into the second half, we just want to show you a couple of clips from around the school today that were highlighted on WTV. So take a short break with us, and we'll be right back with the second half of play.
Hear them bumping. Last Saturday, South's very own jazz choir, Highlighters, took a trip to Bellevue College to participate in the Group for Thought Forum. The event was hosted by Bellevue's very own Group for Thought, a jazz ensemble combined with the college's own teachers and students.
Yeah, but let her rip. There's 130 people in here for Pete's sakes. Go. Our main goal is to get them to be wanting to try harder, to do better, and to just enjoy the process of doing that.
Our own Highlighters shined all their vocal glory, performing How Sweet It Is by Marvin Gaye, starring the sweet sounds of Kathleen Fenton. What an outstanding performance that was. After, all the groups, including Group for Thought, joined together to sing the classic Superstition by Stevie Wonders.
Okay, you guys ready? Here we go. 1, 2.
Our jazz choir sounds pretty promising this year, don't you agree? Well, I hope to see you all at their future events.
We do have the heater, so.
Not used to this. It's normally all warm up here.
Welcome back. Coming up here, welcome back everybody. We're just about getting ready for the second half kickoff. I'm Darren Bowden, along with Siobhan Ray. Faye. I was trying to remember that. That's why I'm sorry. I knew it was the last two letters were AY, so we got it. Siobhan Faye.
It's all right. I'm surprised you didn't mispronounce my first name. That's normally the tough one for people.
That's right. I got the difficult part correct and the easy part incorrect. So, but welcome back, everybody. We're coming to you guys live here on Wave Cable, channel 205, and we're also streamlining live on the internet, as this is also the homecoming game for the South Kitsap Wolves against the Lincoln Abes, and South Kitsap leads 20-7. going into the second half of play. This is the Kitsap Sun game of the week, as Lincoln kicked off in the first half, and the South Kitsap Wolves will be kicking off in this second half. Case Metzelar coming out to do the kicking duties for the Wolves. It's been an interesting game so far. South Kitsap trailed early. Lincoln got on the board with a 5-yard touchdown pass play early in the game, going up 7-0. Then the Wolves have come back with 20 straight points, as the Wolves are going to squib it down the middle, have it bounce around a little bit. Lincoln's going to have the ball just inside their own 30-yard line.
Reception on that was by number 2, Dahota Hayes.
And Lincoln is going to have the ball. They're going to place it at the 32-yard line. So Lincoln's going to come out here. It's been a great game, both sides. Still a beautiful evening out for football. A big, bright, full moon. Things starting to get a little damp on the field, but not too bad. Not like a heavy rainy night or anything. But the one thing that has plagued Lincoln has been penalties, and they're going to try and get a grasp on that as the tailback takes the handoff. That's Marcus Johnson. He escapes one tackler, gets near the 40-yard line, and a penalty flag comes flying in as well, you bet. That's going to be a dead ball personal foul against Lincoln.
Right off the bat, starting off with those fouls, just like you were talking about.
This would be detrimental for Lincoln if they start off the half with a penalty. We'll have to actually see which way it goes. The way that the South Kitsap coaches were reacting, it looked like it was going to go against Lincoln. But we'll have to wait and see what the officials decide here. Not sure which way this is going to go. It's a dead ball foul. There was a gain on the play. Oh, and it's going to go against South Kitsap. It's going to go against South Kitsap. A personal dead ball foul. A gain of about 7 yards on the play. We're not sure if it was something that an action by a player or if it was something that was said. I can tell you that Coach Canton is not happy from the sideline, and it looked like it was maybe something secondary from either a coach or a player. We're not really sure. So it's going to be first down for Lincoln inside Wolf territory. And the running back stutter steps and gets an advance of about 2 yards after all of that. He almost came to a near stop.
And another flag is thrown.
And another penalty flag comes flying in. But this one, I think, is going to go against Lincoln. This is going to be usually in the area of holding. And it is. This is going to be a hold against Lincoln. So 2 penalty flags to start the second half here. Lincoln trailing 20-7 over South Kitsap.
So, DB, what do you think that the Abe locker room was like? What do you think that their new coach, Kitna, was kind of telling the boys?
Well, I think that the coaches were, they're not in a tough position. They've been playing a good game. Turnovers are not hurting them. The one thing that has been hurting them, though, have been penalties. They just need to get a grasp on their penalties, and they really need to capitalize, especially on their second and third downs, and they'll advance. Kitna fakes the pitch, drops straight back. He's got a man down the middle. There's going to go up, and the pass intercepted. It's intercepted by Logan Knowles at the 25-yard line, and now you can make a case that turnovers can hurt you.
That is true, and just like that, it seems that the South Kitsap is already dominating the second half.
Jordan Kitna throws his second interception of the night. It was a well-thrown ball, but the defense collapsed, and the defensive backs were right there. Logan Knowles made a great athletic play and intercepted the pass, and South Kitsap is going to get the ball back.
He is also a wide receiver on offense, so he's definitely got the hands for the job.
I think wide receivers make some of the best defensive backs and vice versa, because you've got to catch the ball if you're able to do it. And South Kitsap has the ball at their own 25-yard line. Cooper Canton is going to throw the ball to Dylan Garcia, who bobbles the ball before making the reception and bringing it in. He's not going to get anything. They're going to spot the ball at the 25-yard line. Canton threw a quick pass out to Garcia on the near side of the field, and Garcia bobbled it a little bit, and the cornerback was right there to take him down. It'll be 2nd and 10 for South Kitsap at their own 25.
And DB, to talk about what weather conditions may affect is that it is cold. You can see those players' breath out there from the screen, and I can see my own breath here up in the box.
It's a traditional October night where the temperatures are getting chilly. Canton's going to pitch the ball to Bell, who cuts up. The momentum of the defense was coming right down the line for Lincoln before he was taken down by number 52, B.J. Hawthorne, the junior linebacker. And he tried to shift his momentum to cut up, but nothing doing right there. And, in fact, Taro Bell is going to lose a yard on the play where it's going to be 3rd and 11. So even after the turnover, South Kitsap unable to get anything going here. 3rd and 11 from their own 24. They've got to get down to their 35-yard line. Trips wide receivers to the near side of the field. Logan Knowles split to the far side. Canton's going to drop straight back. He's looking at Knowles, and he's got him, and the pass is intercepted. So another turnover taken right back, and Lincoln's going to have the ball in South Kitsap territory.
Intercepted by number 4, Tavon Murray.
Nice defense there. Canton kind of keyed in on Knowles the whole way, was going for that slant play, that slant pass play, which has been working all night. But unfortunately for the Wolves, Lincoln makes the interception, and so they get the ball right back. They throw an interception, then they get one back. The ball is at the South Kitsap 37-yard line.
Short
Kitna
field.
is going to roll out to his right, looking for a man in the flat, fakes. He's got a man right. He's got his tight end right there at the 35.
Looks
He's
like a
able
flag
to
was
get up,
thrown.
but a penalty flag comes flying in. The reception was made by Devin Brady.
Looks like number 43, Raymond Marin. It looks a little shaken up after that. He's a big, important element for the defense. Not good to see him hustling off the field.
Unfortunately for Lincoln, it's going to be another penalty, a holding penalty. The flag's at the 38, and they're going to take that pass, reception, and gain, and they're going to scoot him back. So Lincoln, after they throw an interception to start the second half of play, South Kitsap gets the ball at their own 25-yard line. They're trying to advance. Cooper Canton throws an interception, and Lincoln gets the ball back, and they now have the ball at the South Kitsap 48-yard line, where it's going to be 1st and 21. So Lincoln in the shotgun. Kitna, they're going to hand the ball off to the up back, to the tailback.
Looks like Marcus Johnson on the carry.
Marcus Johnson with another carry here tonight. A little shaken when he gets up, a little rattled. Gains a little bit back, but it's still going to be second long. It's going to be 2nd and 15. Got down to the 39-yard line. They stay in that hurry-up offense. This time Kitna's under center. Trips wide receivers. They're going to hand the ball off to Johnson one more time, and he goes over right guard. Marcus Johnson with the carry once again. It's going to get down to the 33-yard line, where it's going to be 3rd and about 7. They need to get down to the 27 to keep this drive alive. Lincoln trails 20-7 at South Kitsap's homecoming game here at Joe Knowles Field. Kitna's under center. He's going to drop straight back, looks to his left. Pump fakes, then he's finally got a man. It's going to be underthrown just a little, still caught.
Number 7, his favorite, Jamaica Love, who have not heard much from this game.
Is going to make the reception. Love makes a nice catch at about the 29, where it's going to be 4th and short. They need to get 2 yards to the 27. Lincoln will go for it. They're going to make a couple of quick substitutions. Kitna comes under center, and he's going to just go right up the middle, get some blocking up front. I believe he's going to have the first down. He needed to get to the 27. They're going to stop it. and probably measure, but I think he has the first down. We'll have to wait and see where they spot the ball.
That is one thing we haven't seen a lot this game is the quarterback taking it himself. Last week in the Yelm game, Yelm ran it a lot, the quarterback himself, and this is really the first time we've seen either of the quarterbacks do that.
And it is a first down. Kitna gets the quarterback sneak up front. He stutter-stepped a little bit at first, and then he was able to go forward. He's going to take the handoff on the counter play to the right side, and that is Marcus Johnson coming back out. He has no room and just gets pushed out of bounds.
Marcus Johnson, your ball carrier, he's pushed out of bounds at the 22-yard line.
He still gains about 5 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 5 for Lincoln. Even when it looks like he gets stopped, he still picks up quite a few yards. The ball's going to be at the South Kitsap 22-yard line. Lincoln looking to try and get on the board here. Their second series after both teams have interceptions. Kitna's going to hand the ball off to Johnson one more time. He goes off right tackle, and he's taken down at the 15-yard line, just short of the 15-yard line. But it'll be another Lincoln first down.
An interesting case of number 23 tackles, number 23, Marshad DeWalt on the tackle there.
So Lincoln with the first down. We're going to call it the 16-yard line of South Kitsap. They send trips wide receivers to that far side. They're going to hand the ball off to the tailback, who is Rayshawn Miller. He sidesteps his way up the middle one more time. He gains a few yards on this play as well, and he gets down to the South Kitsap 13-yard line. Call it the 12. Another carry of 5 yards. They need to get down to the 6-yard line where they can get a first down. Now it's going to be a tight trips formation near side. Kitna's going to fake the pitch, hand the ball off to the up back on the counter. The Wolves are right there, and they snuff it out. He gets down to the 8-yard line. That's Deontay Simon, who got the handoff on the counter. And it's going to be 3rd and short, 3rd and 2. Ball's at the 8. They got to get down to the 6. Keep this going here. This is probably going to be 2-down territory, though, to get 2 yards. Going to be a little tighter now. They got double tight ends in. Kitna's under center. They're going to hand the ball off. And that is Johnson, and he's hit the backfield. Nice tackle by Marshad DeWalt. And he is not going anywhere. Even forward progress gets him down to the 7.
Great stop. Really important this close to the end zone.
Actually, he made it to the line of scrimmage. Looked like he got a little bit further. The ball's still at the 8-yard line. They need 2 more yards. Marshad DeWalt prevented that from happening. Nobody, an empty backfield. Kitna's now in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers. Trying to draw that defense offside. South Kitsap does a good job not going for the hard count. Kitna looking to the sideline for the play. Coming in on this 4th and short. South needs a big stop here on defense. They're going to look to his left. Kitna's got a man. He's got a man out in the flat. The catch is made at the 4-yard, call it the 3-yard line. He gets taken out of bounds, but the reception is made, and Lincoln will have a 1st and goal at the South Kitsap 3-yard line. Nice catch by Lincoln receivers.
And a hard hit from number 24, Li'i Kalima.
A big hard hit. Lincoln 1st and goal. South Kitsap 3-yard line. Kitna's going to roll out to his right. He's got a man in the flat. The catch is made, and he breaks the plane, and it is a touchdown to Rayshawn Miller, who gets into the end zone, but he is taken down hard after he crosses the plane, and he's going to stay down on the sideline, but a touchdown for Lincoln. He just had his bell rung a little bit here, but he's able to get back up under his own power.
And that's Rayshawn's 2nd touchdown. He's got both the touchdowns on the game.
Jordan Kitna with the 3-yard touchdown pass to Rayshawn Miller, and the Lincoln Abes are on the board with 5:11 remaining here in the 3rd quarter, pending the extra point. These are the first points by the Lincoln Abes since they scored in the 1st quarter, going up 7-0. The kick is up, and it is Good. And with 5:11 remaining in the third quarter, Lincoln now trails South Kitsap 20-14. So a great offensive series. They started the second half by throwing an interception. South Kitsap had the ball at their own 25-yard line. A few plays later, Cooper Canton threw an interception. Lincoln gets the ball back, and Lincoln gets into the end zone for the score. 3-yard touchdown pass from Kitna to Miller. So Lincoln is going to look for their defense to come up big, but one way to counter a score is to get one yourself, which is what South Kitsap is going to look for when they get the ball back here.
It looks like the Abes though are trying to stay in the game, not be just trailing. And I'm a big believer in the Seahawks. So as Pete Carroll always says, it's not over until the last minute goes down. The fourth quarter counts. It's very important. And I think that the Abes are going to stay true to that and keep fighting for the rest of this game.
There's a lot of football to be played here in this game. South Kitsap sends a couple of deep men. Taro Bell. Actually, that is Corey Bell. It's on the far side. Lincoln is going to kick the ball, and Bell's going to have it at about his own 10-yard line. Slips a little bit, has a little bit of blocking up front, and he is met. He is hit hard at the 24-yard line and doesn't go any further than that. Nice stop by Lincoln, and I'll tell you, Bell had his bell rung.
That is true. There's definitely a lot of pressure on that. He looks a little shaken up coming off the field. Definitely not satisfied with his performance on that play.
Lincoln with a little motivation here in the second half on defense after the score, trailing 20-14. That missed extra point by South Kitsap in the first quarter could come into importance here. South Kitsap comes out. They will have the ball at their own 25-yard line. South Kitsap I formation, 3 wide receivers, 2 split to the far side. Canton under center. He's going to hand the ball off to Bell. Dances around, but he's not going to get anywhere right there. Not going to get anywhere at all. He got back to the original line of scrimmage. The defense prevented any gain on that one. It's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 25, and you can definitely see a little bit of a momentum swing right here, swinging towards Lincoln. South Kitsap coming out here, 2nd and 10 from their own 25-yard line. I formation, Bell in the backfield along with DeWalt. 2 wide receivers split to the far side. Canton taking his time under center. He's going to fake the handoff, drop straight back. He's got a man down the middle, and the pass is made and caught by Maynard. Maynard gets past the 50, and then he's taken down at about the 47, but not until after a big pass reception. Nice pass from Cooper Canton to Maynard. Braden Maynard with a nice catch, and Big Coop makes a big pass pay.
And just like that, it doesn't seem as down for the South Kitsap Wolves. All it takes is a big turnover a big conversion, and they are down in Abe territory.
It was a good It was a good call and set up well by Canton. A little play action, and stayed in the pocket, and he hit Maynard over the middle. They're going to pitch the ball to Bell, who gets to the outside, and he's chased down from behind. He cuts up. Bell stays on his feet, and the penalty flag comes flying in. Bell gets down to the 40-yard line, but I'm afraid this is going to come back maybe as a hold. Corey Bell with the carry. And it's actually going to be a block in the back. He had a nice cut, but they're going to have to bring it back here because there was a block in the back. So a big run is all for naught, and the Wolves will be taken back a little bit farther. South Kitsap looking to get some momentum going of their own. Lincoln after the score, now trailing 20-14. South got the ball back, and after a big pass play from Canton to Maynard, they've got the ball at their own 44-yard line, driving near midfield. Still in that I formation, Corey Bell is the tailback. Marshad DeWalt, the fullback. Canton under center. He's going to hand the ball off to Bell on a counter, but nothing doing right there. Lincoln was right there to snuff it out, stopping any advancement up front. Stays at the 24 where it's going to be 2nd and 20. That big pass play negated by a block in the back, and penalties have been hurting both teams tonight, especially Lincoln. But it's still a great game. Both teams are in it, a lot of time left. That full moon is really wreaking havoc on people here tonight. Cool, crisp air, getting cold. This is football weather here going on. Logan Knowles and Maynard, they split to that far side. Corey Bell still in at tailback. Canton under center. He's going to hand the ball off to Bell on the counter one more time. A little bit better blocking up front. He's taken down from behind. Gets near midfield. We're going to call it the 48, where it's going to be 3rd and long.
And there's that moon again.
3rd and long for the Wolves coming out here. They're going to need to see a little bit of howling going on so they can advance that ball into Lincoln territory. They'd like to get a first down. They're going to have to get the ball almost to the 35-yard line.
DB, you're just full of great puns. I cannot think that well on my feet for those puns.
I can't help it. It just comes naturally to me.
You're killing me.
I learned a lot from my one of my co-workers, D-Rod Garcia, who was unable to be in the booth with us tonight as the pass is made to Bell out in the flat. He stays on his feet. And he's able to get out near the line of scrimmage, the original line of scrimmage. But it's all for naught. It's going to be 4th down, and the Wolves are going to punt. One of my longtime colleagues here in the booth, David Rodriguez, was unable to be here in the booth tonight, but I know he's listening here tonight, and he's the one who taught me all of these hip one-liners. He is a walking encyclopedia when it comes to one-liners for everything.
Well, if I want to go into this profession, I'm sure I'll have to get a page of that book.
A lot of shout-outs going here tonight at the homecoming game. A lot of friends and family here in town coming back for this game to watch their mighty Wolves. 4th down, they're going to put the ball away, and it goes over the head of Canton. The ball's at about the 30. It's got to go down. There's nothing he can do. The snap went sailing over Canton's head, and all he could do was fall on it. At the 28-yard line is where they're going to spot it. So a high snap is going to result in Lincoln getting the ball in great field position in Wolf territory at the South Kitsap 28. Not a turnover, but darn near close.
It's really going to be a challenge for the defense. How will they handle this very short field? Makes me nervous, especially. Last time they were in their position with the short field, they got that touchdown.
So Lincoln trailing 20-14 comes out. They got a 1st and 10. They send a man in motion. They're going to hand the ball off to the man coming on the end around. And it is not going anywhere. Nice stop by the South Kitsap defense. That's Deontay Simon again. He ran another end around earlier, got a few on the play. This one gains about 4. It's going to be 2nd and 6. So Lincoln's got a little momentum going here, not only on defense but on the offensive end. They need a touchdown to go ahead. They're going to have the quick handoff, and they're going to hand it off to Johnson, who is chased down but from behind, breaks a tackle, puts his head down, and he gets across the 20 down to the 18 where it should be a 1st down for Lincoln. Nice run by Marcus Johnson. He was chased from behind, and a would-be tackler couldn't make the tackle. Johnson kept driving forward, crosses the 1st down marker. It's going to be just inside the 17 where Lincoln will have a 1st down in the red zone. Kitna's under center. He's going to drop straight back, looks to his left, now down to the middle, chase out.
He's got pressure.
And he fumbles the ball, but Lincoln's going to get it back at their own 32-yard line.
Sacked by number 55, Cody Wilson, the senior.
Kitna was looking left, then down the middle. Then came the end, sacked him, fumbled the ball. Lincoln gets the ball back at their own 32 where it'll be 2nd and forever. What a great game here tonight. Lincoln trailing 20-14. And that is the end of the 3rd quarter of play. Lincoln trails South Kitsap 20-14 They will have the ball as they switch ends here at the South Kitsap 32-yard line. South Kitsap looking to stop on D. Lincoln needs to get a touchdown. What a great game here tonight. Well, it's been a roller coaster ride for a game here. South Kitsap is leading 20-14 over the Lincoln Abes, ranked 9th in the 3A level of high school football. With a record of 5-1, South Kitsap has a record of 2-4, trying to get back on a win streak here after a win over Yelm last week. But especially would like to win their homecoming game here tonight.
Being as it our homecoming, I thought we'd re-announce our homecoming king and queen. One of our ASB senators, Agil Bauer, who's also part of photography, and one of our own football players, Tyler Ludlow.
A lot of activities going on around here, as I see a lot of friends, family members who are here at the game tonight, or who might even be at home watching the game as Lincoln's going to come out. They have the ball at the South Kitsap 32-yard line. Going to be second and long. Kitna is going to look to his left. He's got a man. They're running the screen out to the left, and the catch is made to the receiver who gets all the way past the 10-yard line.
And that's number 7, Jamaica Love. We've only had him see about 2 catches on the game, which is great job of coverage for South. He is in line for a Division I scholarship.
So Lincoln with the big pass play. They are going to be near the first down. They're going to be a yard short. It's going to be 3rd and 1 at the 9-yard line. They are at the 8-yard line. They have to get to the South Kitsap 7. Kitna is in the shotgun. They're going to hand the ball off to Johnson, and he goes straight up to the middle into the end zone for a touchdown. Touchdown, Lincoln. They spread that offense wide receivers everywhere. The lone setback, Marcus Johnson, had a big opening up front. Good blocking by the offensive line of the Lincoln Abes, and he gets into the end zone for a 7-yard touchdown run. And just like that, Lincoln is on the board. Tied at 20 with the extra point pending. And like we were saying earlier, that missed extra point by South Kitsap could be costly.
Hopefully the defense can take advantage of this and possibly block this punt, keeping it tied.
Lincoln with the extra point. The kick is up, the snap is back, and it is good. And with 11-11 remaining in the game, Lincoln with 2 scores here in the second half now leads South Kitsap 21-20. What a great game here tonight. Both teams. South Kitsap had a 20-7 halftime lead, but coming out in the second half, the Lincoln Abes have put up a couple of scores. And they have regained the lead, 21-20, but South Kitsap will get the ball back here, and this will be a crucial offensive series. A lot of football still left to be played, but this will be very important for the Wolves to try and get something done on offense to get close. A field goal or a touchdown would put them ahead.
So, DB, what do you think that the main strategies the Wolves will try to initiate in this very crucial set of downs?
Well, the first thing they're going to want to do is ball control. They're going to want to sustain an offensive drive and gain yardage at a time. Hopefully, they can also mix into that sequence some clock management and not let Lincoln get that ball back any sooner than they have to. As Lincoln kicks off, it's going to be fielded by the Wolves, bobbled a little bit near the 10-yard line. They get to the outside. That's Corey Bell. He's got a little bit of room, tries to get to the outside, and he's shoestring tackled near the 30. We're going to call it at the 28-yard line. And the Wolves are going to have a 1st and 10.
The second time that he's been tackled nearly just by his feet.
That speed of Lincoln has kept them going all year long. They've got some great athletes on that football team over there. you're probably not going to outrun them. They've just got some really good athletes. And the other important thing is not only are they fast, but they can tackle. They tackle very, very well. South Kitsap comes out, that I formation. 3 wide receivers, 2 split to the far side. South Kitsap trailing 21-20 with just over 11 minutes. They're going to hand the ball off barely. Boy, they hand it off to the tailback. And, in fact, I think there was a fumble on the play, and Lincoln gets the ball back. Another turnover by the Wolves. And Lincoln is going to have the ball inside South Kitsap territory at the 27-yard line. Another costly turnover by the Wolves.
Another short field from a turnover, and in the last 2 times they've gotten a score. Let's pray that the defense does a better job of holding those Abes.
A big momentum swing here going the way of Lincoln. Lincoln looked like they were on a blitz, and South Kitsap was a little slow to hand that ball off after it was snapped, and Lincoln was right there to make the hit and cause the fumble. And after an interception, they get the ball back. They hand the ball off to Marcus Johnson, who goes off right guard off the counter, and he's going to be hit hard, but not until he gets a couple more. He gains about 5 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 5 for Lincoln, and right now Lincoln just has a lot of momentum going their way. So the Lincoln Abes, after the fumble, Lincoln started off the second half with an interception. The Wolves turned around and threw an interception themselves, and now the Wolves fumble the ball. Lincoln has the ball. They're going to hand the ball off to, that's Miller again. Miller and Johnson have been sharing the running back duties here tonight for Lincoln. And Miller gets another 7 on the carry. And it's going to be 1st down for Lincoln as they drive into South Kitsap territory. The ball is at the South Kitsap 15-yard line. Lincoln taking their time. We're approaching 10 minutes remaining here in the game. Lincoln leading 21-20 over South. South Kitsap trying to get a defensive stance here, trying to stop the Abes from moving on. Kidna, that spread offense, he's going to take the shotgun, roll to his left. He's got a lot of room. He's getting some blocking, gets to the outside. He's at the 10, and he's tripped up. Nice tackle by the Wolves there on defense. But Kidna is down on the ground.
It seems to be his left knee. That's the one that he fell on and immediately went to go hold.
And he did. He was trying to get to the outside, and when Kidna hit the ground, he immediately grabbed his left knee. Not a fun sight for any coach to see any player of that nature. Hopefully he's okay.
We love the aggression in football, but we never want to see a player go down.
I think all sports in general have just become even more physical today, but hopefully Kidna will be all right. They're down there. Looks like they're checking out his left knee.
And the South Kitsap Athletic Medicine out there to help him on the field. They participate. I think they got 3rd this in the
He's going to have to come out. Here comes Kidna. He comes limping off the field a little bit, but under his own power, which is a really good sign. Alvin Johnson, number 13, was a backup quarterback who was taking some snaps on the sideline, is going to come in for at least probably 1 play while Kidna has to sit out. So Lincoln will have the ball at the South Kitsap 8-yard line. They need about 3 yards for a 1st down where they can get it. They're in the shotgun. They're going to hand the ball off to Marcus Johnson, who breaks to the outside. Stutter steps, cuts up, stays on his feet, and he crosses the goal line for a touchdown. Touchdown, Lincoln. Marcus Johnson with the 8-yard touchdown run got near the goal line. Stutter step, looked like he was going down, but he reached the ball out in his right arm, in his right hand, and crossed the plane of the goal line. Touchdown, Lincoln. And just like that, Lincoln comes back with 3 answered scores of their own. After trailing 20-7 7 at halftime. Lincoln scoring for the third time this half, pending the extra point. Lincoln leads 27-20. There's the snap. The kick is up, and it is good. Lincoln leads South Kitsap 28-20 with 9:22 remaining here in the game. And South Kitsap's going to have to figure out something to do here, especially get something going on offense, get some points on the board.
And as I was talking about how crucial it was for South Kitsap on their previous possession to make points, it becomes even more threatening. Easily they could get buried by points, and Lincoln definitely has the capability of just crushing. Their last game was a 41-6 win over Shelton. It certainly won't be that low of a score for South, but they could easily get buried in the points.
And the other nice thing about not only just football but any sport is that momentum and transition can happen at any time during a game. South Kitsap easily. A lot of time left here in this game. They're just going to have to sustain an offensive drive, get some yards, get some points on the board. But a field goal and or a touchdown doesn't just do it. If they score a touchdown, most likely they're going to have to go for 2. That extra point they missed early in the first quarter could prove to be damaging to them. Lincoln getting ready to kick off from their own 40-yard line. South Kitsap, 2 deep men. Looks like Maynard and Corey Bell. The whistle blows. Lincoln gets the green light. And here goes the kickoff. It's going to be fielded at the 20-yard line by South Kitsap. Not a lot going up the middle. Not much of a return. Maybe about 10 yards. They're going to mark it down.
Caught by number 56, Tyler Pinkerton.
As usually a lineman that he is. And they're going to have it down at the 30-yard line. So South Kitsap is going to have to look to get something going here on offense. Again, like we said, a beautiful evening here for football, getting a little bit chilly. A big shout out going out to many people here tonight. I'd like to give a big shout out to Art and Judy Christensen. I know they're watching the game here tonight. The one and only says hi to you guys. Hope you're enjoying the football game. Canton pitches the ball to Bell. He gets to the outside. Terrell Bell, he stutter steps, and he gets around. Nice tackle by Lincoln. Then a penalty flag comes flying in from the back. That's usually in the area of a hold. Yep, they're calling Lincoln over. Oh. They're calling a chop block. It's going to be a chop block against Lincoln. Blocking below the waist when a man's already engaged in a tackle. So add to that a big, I think it's a 15-yarder. So South Kitsap is going to get a little momentum going right here, which is what they need. The ball is going to be placed at, now we're going into Lincoln territory. The ball is going to be placed at the Lincoln 47-yard line, so a big break for South Kitsap right here.
It's first down Wolves, the 47-yard line.
First down Wolves. 9 minutes approaching the game remaining. I formation, Canton under center. Oh, there's going to be movement. Lincoln went for the hard count, but the offense engaged.
Both sides are pointing at the other side.
They always do. But this one's going to be an illegal procedure call on the offense, which it is.
And that'll back them right back up.
So give them 5 back more. And the ball is going to be at the South Kitsap 48-yard line. They're just flirting with that midfield line. It'll be 1st and 15.
Flirting, they're getting teased by it.
South needs to get to the Lincoln 37-yard line for a first down. Canton under center. Needs something big to happen here. He's going to fake the handoff, roll to his right. He's got a man flushed out of the pocket. The catch is incomplete, a little behind, but still catchable. Intended for Marshad DeWalt. It is incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 15 for the Wolves.
Marshad, he's normally a running back. It's kind of difficult to throw to him, he being only 5'5".
but a powerhouse 5'5" at that, a big, strong kid.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He's 234 by our records, could possibly be more. He is a very hard person to take down.
And a nice young man to boot, and a really good athlete. Good attitude, good spirit, coming out, wants to win just like everybody on both sides. Canton's going to fake the handoff roll, and he's going to look back for the screen pass, and he's got a man open. That's Terrell Bell. They're coming around. He's going to get the first down, gets to the outside. He's at the 20. Oh, and he's taken down from behind at about the 17-yard line. Canton faked the play-action pass, rolled to his right, threw back to his left for the screen pass. Terrell Bell made a nice catch and gets all the way down to the Lincoln 17-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10. This is that momentum swing that South is looking for.
I'm surprised that there was nothing called on that really big tackle, mostly by just his jersey. You could see that big tug on it.
South Kitsap with a 1st and 10. They're at the Lincoln 17-yard line. 8:28 remaining here in the game. Canton under center. Wolves looking to get into the end zone. They're going to pitch the ball to Bell. He bubbles it a little bit, gets to the outside. He's got a lot of room. He's going to cut up, and he's going to score. Terrell Bell for the touchdown. Touchdown, South Kitsap, 17 yards. And just like that, the Wolves are on the board. Now the Wolves will probably go for 2.
Hoping to tie up the game.
They're going to keep their offensive unit out on the field and not go for the extra point. The Wolves need a 2-point conversion. The ball is placed at the 3-yard line. The Wolves scored early in the first quarter, but missed the extra point. So they've got to go for it here. Trailing 28-26, and the Wolves are going to call their first timeout of the second half. They have 2 remaining. What a game here tonight. South Kitsap scoring on a 17-yard touchdown run by Terrell Bell. You can see good blocking up front. Nice cut by Bell. And he cuts in and cuts up for the touchdown. Great blocking up front by that offensive line of the Wolves.
And great evasion by Bell. Very smart running through those players.
But like we said earlier, it's that momentum swing that can happen at any time. Lincoln came out the start of the second half. They threw an interception. South Kitsap got the ball back. They threw an interception. Lincoln comes back. They score a touchdown. They score 2 more times. Instead of being down 20-7, they took a 28-20 lead. South Kitsap comes right back. And one of the key plays on that drive, though, was the fact that Lincoln got another penalty tacked onto them. And in a couple of big pass and run plays, Terrell Bell scores from 17 yards out. Wolves trail 28-26, but they are going for the 2-point conversion. They need this to tie it up. So the Wolves are coming out in that power I formation. 2 wide receivers split. Marshad DeWalt is the setback behind the 2 blockers. They're going to pitch him the ball. He's going to throw the halfback pass, and it's good to Logan Knowles. Halfback option. Marshad DeWalt with the halfback option pass to Logan Knowles. The 2-point conversion is good. And South Kitsap gets on the board. The score is tied at 28.
What an exciting trick play.
What a great call. 8:21 remaining. South Kitsap, Lincoln tied at 28. Don't go anywhere. It's a barn burner. Lincoln looked like they had all the momentum going their way, scoring 3 times and taking a 20-7 deficit. Nice pass by DeWalt. And Logan Knowles wide open in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Lincoln going up 28-20. South really looking despaired. And just like that, the momentum swing hit. And a big pass play from Cooper Canton to Terrell Bell. And then Terrell Bell goes in 17 yards. Then the 2-point conversion. I'll tell you, everyone's going to be high-fiving DeWalt tomorrow at school for that one.
Or tomorrow at homecoming.
That's right, tomorrow at homecoming. It's Friday night. What a great way to celebrate the homecoming dance with a big victory tonight here for the Wolves. If they can get it back, they've got some momentum, but they've got to be careful and not let those Lincoln Abes get some more momentum here on offense. Metzelar's with the kick. It's going to bounce. A couple of bounces. Johnson's got the ball, spins around, stays on his feet, gets near midfield. Lincoln will have good field position at their own 46-yard line. Call it the 47.
Stop by Marcus Burns.
What a great game here. Lincoln and South Kitsap tied at 28. The Wolves just got on the board with a 17-yard touchdown run by Taro Bell and the 2-point conversion. Marshad DeWalt throws the halfback option to Logan Knowles. Score tied at 28, 8:15 to go. Wolves on D. Kitna back in the game. He's going to go for the home run ball, and he's got a man down the sideline. It's going to be deflected. Nice defense by the Wolves in coverage there.
Great deflection by number 8, Kyle Carpenter, one of our captains.
Kyle Carpenter on the coverage at corner. Kitna went down, looked like he banged his knee a little bit, but he's right back in the game. Pass is incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the Lincoln 47-yard line. They're going to hand the ball off to Johnson. He gets a nice block up front, crosses midfield, gets to the outside, but he's taken down. Nice tackle by Logan Knowles.
Marcus Johnson, the ball carrier.
Logan Knowles is all over the field, making tackles, making plays on offense. Really a well-rounded football player.
Knowles and Kalima were both in there on the stop, but not until Lincoln gets the first down. They're in Wolf territory. They're down to the 42-yard line. They're going to hand the ball off to Johnson one more time. He goes straight up the middle, but not until he's met by a pack of Wolves. But he's dragging that pack of Wolves close to that first down marker. Gets down to the 35-yard line. A big gain on the play. A gain of 6. It's going to be 2nd and 4. And time can be a factor here. Approaching 7.5 minutes. Lincoln sustaining a drive right here.
Depending on how much the Abes run out the clock, it could potentially be very... South could only be beaten just by the fact that they have no time to get down to the other side of the field.
Kitna rolls. He's got a man wide open. The catch is made, and he's going in for the touchdown. Jordan Kitna with a 33-yard touchdown strike.
To number 22, Deontay Simon.
And just like that, Lincoln is back on the board.
And back with the lead.
We're going with the replay here. Kitna had a play-action pass rolled to his right, and he hit his man coming back on the left side wide open, snuck in behind the safety and the defensive backs. Extra point. The snap is back. The kick is no good. The kick is no good.
And the extra point attempt is no good.
Lincoln now leads South Kitsap 34-28. They just missed their extra point, and that could be crucial right there for Lincoln. A touchdown ties it. An extra point would win it for South. But a lot of time left on the clock. Watch Kitna. He rolls to his right. He's going to throw back to his left, and he's got a man open who makes the catch. In for the touchdown. Deontay Simon with the touchdown reception. What a great game here tonight. Lincoln regains the lead. They were down 20-7 at half. Came out, scored 3 times, went up 28-20. South Kitsap came back, scored, tied it at 28. Lincoln just got into the end zone, missed the extra point, which could be crucial. Both sides have missed an extra point.
As we keep seeing all of the teams when they're in their huddle, you can see all of the steam coming off them. 1, because they're hot players, and 2, because it is cold out there and their breath is showing. I'm sure that it's definitely affecting some of the players.
It's going to be a short little pooch kick. And the Wolves, they're going to have to recover that. They're going to have to get that down. That's a live ball. They're going to pick it up. That was Maynard out there. They let the ball spin around a little bit, but they're going to have the ball cross near. We'll have to wait and see where they spot it. Looks like it's going to be around the 25-yard line. South Kitsap will have the ball with 7:11 remaining here in the game. Trailing Lincoln 34-28 at the homecoming game for South Kitsap here at Joe Knowles Field on the campus of South Kitsap High School. If you've just joined us, what a game we've seen here tonight, this homecoming game for the Wolves. They trail 34-28 to a back-and-forth seesaw game. The Wolves have the ball at their own 25-yard line. They're going to have to go 75 yards for the score. Three wide receivers, I formation. They're going to pitch the ball to Bell, who gets to the outside. He's going to have a little bit of blocking up front. But Lincoln flushes it out, but not until he gets to the 30. A gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 for South Kitsap. Now just under 7 minutes remaining here in the game. South Kitsap needing to sustain a drive. A field goal won't do it. They're going to have to get into the end zone.
And they're also wanting to take as much time as possible off the clock so that if the Abes get the ball back, they don't have enough time to get down the field.
South Kitsap has 2 timeouts remaining. Lincoln has all 3 of theirs. South Kitsap, 3 wide receivers, 2 split to the near side. DeWalt and Bell in the backfield. Canton is going to hand the ball off to Bell. He dances around, makes his way forward. He's going to be close to the first down. We'll have to wait and see where they spot it. He's down. I think he's going to be just short of the first down marker. And he is. It's going to be 3rd and we'll call it 1. 6 minutes left here in the game. South needs 1 yard to get a first down, and not only to stop the clock, but to advance the chains.
A crucial 3rd down conversion for South Kitsap.
Garcia and Maynard split to the far side. They're going to hand the ball off on. He's met right at the middle. That was Bell. He's not going to get it. He's going to be short. Looked like a little confusion on the handoff in the backfield. And in fact, he's going to lose a yard on the play. About half a yard. It's going to be 4th and short for the Wolves. And it's decision time here for the Wolves now.
I think Coach Kenton's going to go for it. It's important to get back that lead, and there's no guarantee we would get the ball back if we punted. I think he's going to go for it, but it all depends on Coach Kenton. I've been wrong before.
Well, with 5:14 remaining here, it's 4th and 2. They need to get to the 35-yard line. South Kitsap needs a first down to keep this drive alive. They trail by 6. They're going to send out 2 wide receivers to the far side. Bell and DeWalt in the backfield again. Canton is going to hand the ball off to Bell. I don't know if he's going to get it. I think he did get it, and he is. He got it. That's a first down. He gets over the 35. Good blocking up front. He got 2.5, and they needed 2.
Great job of Bell pushing through those defenders and making sure he made that first down.
Well, it's a first down now, but once they get the chain set, the clock is going to start running. South Kitsap, they need to go 65 yards.
In only 4.5 minutes.
They got a little bit of time, but not that much time. They stick with that I formation, 3 wide receivers. Canton's going to pitch the ball to Bell. He's going to get a little bit of a block, and he cuts up, gets to the outside. He's taken down, and he's going to be just crossed the 40-yard line. South Kitsap's going to have to get something done here. Time's running down, approaching the 4-minute mark. It's going to be hard to advance a long way, 60 yards, getting 5 yards at a time. Clock management big right here, but you certainly don't want to give Lincoln a chance either, so the Wolves are looking for a big play. They're going to come out. This time, 2 wide receivers split to the near side. Canton looking over the defense, under center. Blitz looks like it's on. They're going to hand the ball off to Bell. He goes straight up the middle. Not much there. He gained about 3 yards on the play. He's going to be short.
And DB talking about South Kitsap able to play under time pressure. They did, at the end of the second half, make a touchdown with only 20 seconds left on the clock by Taro Bell. So they definitely have the capability of, they know what it's like to play with a very short amount of time, but they still have quite a few more yards than they did on that 20-second play.
They're going to be short. It's 3rd and 2. They need to get to the 45-yard line to temporarily stop the clock. South does have 2 timeouts remaining. Lincoln has all 3 of theirs. Trips wide receivers. They're going to have the ball up to the middle. Straight up the middle. Looks like DeWalt. He will have the first down. They're going to stop it briefly. But once they set that down, we're under 3 minutes now, 2:56 remaining. Once they get those chains set, they start the ball or they start the clock. It used to be in high school football, once the clock stopped, they didn't start until they hiked the ball. They don't do that anymore. Under 3 minutes remaining, South Kitsap nearing midfield. Trips wide receivers to the near side. Bell's in the slot. Marshawn DeWalt is the lone setback. Canton's going to drop back. They're going to look for a pass out the flat. That's Logan Knowles. He makes the catch. And he's able to get out of bounds. They're going to stop. The whistles blow here a little bit. Have to wait and see where they mark it.
Didn't seem to get too many yardage on the plays.
I think they're going to, I don't know what they're doing over. Oh, they have a player down, it looks like. Looks like a Lincoln player is down. South Kitsap got the ball. It's in Lincoln territory. It's at the Lincoln 48-yard line. A gain of 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Wolves need to get to the 43-yard line of Lincoln for another first down. Time is running out. 2:33 remaining. South Kitsap trails 34-28. Touchdown ties it. Extra point wins it. And they need a touchdown.
And there we saw Raymond Marin, number 43, linebacker, getting helped off the field by his parents. His father is involved in the football, and it's not good at all to see him being helped off the field that way, out of his gear.
That's number 4, Tavon Murray. And Murray comes out under his own power. Looks like he was shaken up a little bit for Lincoln, number 4. But South is going to have a 2nd and 5 at the Lincoln 48-yard line, and they start that clock. Wolves come out, split wide receivers to the near side. Canton under center. They're going to pitch the ball to Bell. He cuts up. He's not got nothing. In fact, he barely got back to the line of scrimmage for a gain of no gain at all. It's going to be 3rd and 5.
And here comes up another very important third down conversion. Seems to come up with third down a lot for South Kitsap.
Well, essentially, the Wolves have 2 plays. They've got 3rd and 4th down to get 5 yards. That'll stop the clock temporarily, but we're under 2 minutes now.
There is no 2-minute warning in high school football.
And the Wolves are going to burn a timeout. They're going to burn their 2nd timeout. They have 1 timeout remaining. Lincoln has all 3 of theirs. So South Kitsap's going to call timeout here and think it over. This is a big play. And I would imagine they're going to probably call 2 plays. If they don't get the first down here, well, they might even have to think about it after that on a 4th down play. But 1 step at a time. South Kitsap needs 5 yards. They'd like to not have to burn that last timeout if possible.
And there we see the South Kitsap fans staying in on the close game, even though it's cold. Great to see them represent.
But South Kitsap with a 3rd and 5. The ball is at the Lincoln 48-yard line. They need to make a play here to keep this drive alive. The Wolves must get in the end zone, and they must make the extra point to win. Touchdown ties, extra point wins. Trips wide receivers to the near side. Dylan Garcia split to the far side. Canton under center. He's going to hand the ball off to DeWalt. He gets almost nowhere. He barrels his way forward. I think he's got the first down, and he does. But the Wolves are going to have to get back up to that line of scrimmage quick. Looked like they might run a rollout pass play. DeWalt gets a first down. He's down to the 42. But once those changes set, they're going to start. 1:43 remaining here in Lincoln territory. And now time. There's a Lincoln player down on the field. Sometimes when the weather gets a little colder, injuries will appear.
Those muscles get tight.
That's number 52, B.J. Hawthorne for Lincoln, who is down on the ground, which kind of gives the Wolves a little bit of time here. And it looks like it might be a knee.
Or a hamstring.
Or a hamstring.
Those hammies. Seahawks this past game had a lot of trouble with a lot of their offensive line being taken out by hamstrings.
So South Kitsap is going to look to take advantage of this injury timeout. 1:38 remaining. South Kitsap trails Lincoln 34-28. The Wolves need a win tonight. Want to win tonight, especially at their homecoming game. The Wolves break the sideline, probably have a couple of plays. There's still the injury timeout. Players down. B.J. Hawthorne tending, the coaches and trainers are tending to him. Looks like it could be a knee. What a wild game we've had here tonight. South Kitsap dominated the first half of play. Went in to halftime with a 20-7 lead.
And then
Lincoln,
the second half has been nothing but back and forth and back and forth.
Back and forth. Well, it looked like all the momentum was being dominated by Lincoln. And then they went ahead 28-20. South Kitsap came right back, scored a touchdown, converted the 2 points, tied the game at 28. Lincoln came right back after that, scored on a long touchdown pass play, missed the extra point. And that is where we stand right now. They lead South Kitsap 34-28 as we have an injury timeout on the field. B.J. Hawthorne for the Lincoln Abes down on the field. South Kitsap had to burn a timeout. They're down to one timeout left. They can stop the clock briefly whenever they make a first down, but the clock keeps running right after that. Most high school teams usually get a couple of plays called in the huddles now because of that rule. Keep time moving.
This has been our longest injury timeout so far in the game. We've had a couple players been down throughout the game, but he's definitely been down for a while. Definitely.
Hopefully that young man will be okay, but it looks like they're tending to his knee. A very common injury in football nowadays.
Quite often it's those ACLs and MCLs. Those muscles around your knees.
So South Kitsap, one timeout remaining, trailing 34-28. They need to get into the end zone. And actually earlier with the extra point that they missed, which was crucial, what was even more crucial was the extra point that Lincoln missed just a little while ago. So a touchdown will tie it, and an extra point would put the Wolves ahead, depending on how much time is remaining in the game, if they're able to get into that end zone.
That being said, if the Wolves were not able to get down into the end zone again, they've done a great job in staying in the game against the Abes, who are coming in 4-1. So they were predicted to be definitely a struggle, and they've stayed in, so there's be no harm in a loss here. They definitely tried their hardest, but we'd love to see them win.
Nice crowd here tonight. Always a good crowd here at the homecoming game at South Kitsap High School. A seesaw back and forth game coming to a halt here as we have an injury timeout for a Lincoln Abe player. Now they're getting him up on his feet. That's B.J. Hawthorne, and he's going to be coming out of the game.
Always applaud from the crowd when an injured player is able to get off the field on his own power.
Might have just had his bell rung, too. He seems to be coming off under his own power a little bit better now, but once they get off the sidelines and put that into play, that clock's going to start ticking. 1:38 left. South needs to get into the end zone. They need to get 42 yards. They're at the Lincoln 42-yard line. They split the wide receivers a little bit more now. Canton is under center. Looking at the defense, that clock starts. They're going to go. He's going to fake the pitch, and he's going to roll out, and he's got a man, and the pass is caught, and it's going to be caught by Logan Knowles, who takes it in for a touchdown. Touchdown, South Kitsap. Cooper Canton, a 42-yard touchdown pass to Logan Knowles, and the Wolves are on the board. They tie the score at 34, and the Wolves need an extra point to go ahead. Coach Canton and the Wolves coaches are calling timeout. That's their third and final timeout. And they kept doing this. They kept running the ball. They went play action. Faked the handoff up the middle. Canton rolled to his right. And he had Knowles, who made a nice catch. Stayed on his feet and inbounds. Goes 42 yards for the score. And now that missed extra point is being tabbed as crucial for Lincoln that they missed. Extra point puts South Kitsap ahead. But there's a lot of time left on that clock. 1:27 remaining. The score is tied, 34-34.
And with the Abes having all three of their timeouts left, they have the ability to stop the clock.
South Kitsap uses their third and final timeout. They are coming out for the extra point. Case Metzelar is coming out for the extra point. South Kitsap and Lincoln tied at 34. Extra point puts South Kitsap ahead 35-34. So the Wolves getting ready for their extra point attempt. There's the snap. The kick is up. And it is good. With 1:27 remaining. South Kitsap leads Lincoln 35-34. Lincoln will get the ball back with 1:27 left in the game. And they have all three remaining timeouts.
Great job by Case Metzelar, performing so well under so much pressure. Basically, the lead is in his hands. Great job.
But what a great game here tonight. Like we said, Lincoln got on the board early in the first quarter when it had 7-0. South followed 7-6. Then South went on a scoring spree, went up 27 at halftime. Lincoln came out after a couple of turnovers by both teams. Lincoln rattles off some points and leads 28-20. South followed with a touchdown and a halfback option 2-point conversion to tie the score at 28. Lincoln comes back with a big pass play, goes up 34-28, misses the extra point. South Kitsap comes back, whittling the clock down. They score on a big 42-yard touchdown pass from Big Coop Canton to Logan Knowles. They make the extra point, go ahead 35-34. What a great game. And I can tell you right now, South Kitsap coaches are just telling the players, tackle, tackle, tackle.
I think the defense of the South Kitsap is going to have to be aware of the pass. The Abes are going to want to hopefully get it down the field as fast as possible, and the fastest way to do that is by throwing the ball. They're going to have to make sure and have great coverage for those players down the field.
Now Lincoln just needs to get within field goal range. They do not need a touchdown. The Wolves are kicking off at the 40. They're going to kick it. It's going to be fielded at about the 23-yard line. They've got a man, and he's got go straight up the middle, and he's going to get past midfield, dances around, sidesteps around, spins around, till everybody gathers around. He's still pushing forward, and he's going to get all the way down to the 43-yard line in great field position with 1:17 remaining. Now, Lincoln does not need a touchdown. They do not need a touchdown. And they are already in pretty good field position. They have the ball at the 43-yard line. Travis Guillen for Lincoln is a pretty good place kicker. They just need to get within a certain range. We'll see how strong a leg he might have. They've got all 3 timeouts. They're going to hand the ball off to Marcus Johnson. He goes off right guard. He moves his way forward past the 40 down to the 37. Lincoln is going to call a timeout. They have 2 remaining, 1:09 remaining in the game. South Kitsap has no timeouts. They lead 35-34. A seesaw back and forth game. Lincoln got the kickoff at about their own 24-yard line. Got all the way down into South Kitsap territory. And they now have the ball at the South Kitsap 37-yard line. If they attempted a field goal now, it would be a 54-yard attempt. I don't think they're
very
gonna do
long
that.
in the pros, especially in high school.
Well, with 2 timeouts, they're in the shotgun formation. Kidna drops back, straight back, flushed out of the, almost out of the puck. He's got a man out, and the pass is caught. The pass is caught. Boy, it looked like he might have trapped it for a minute. It was a late signal by the officials. Lincoln has the ball at the South Kitsap 23-yard line, where they will have a 1st and 10 with just under a minute, 55 seconds. The clock is running. They have 2 timeouts, 3 wide receivers. Kidna's looking to pass, flushed down the pocket. Oh, it's almost intercepted. And then the penalty flag comes flying out. And I think that the penalty is going to be against South Kitsap for a late hit on the quarterback, Kidna. They had a play-action pass. Kidna was being rushed, and he threw the pass, and he was hit, and I think, and it is. Roughing the passer. Roughing the passer. The penalty flag is at the 35-yard line. 48 seconds left. Lincoln trails 35-34. Field goal wins it. And they are going to scoot South Kitsap back another 15. They're all the way back to the South Kitsap 10-yard line. Big penalty against the Wolves right here. It's going to be just short of it, actually. It's about the 11-yard line. They're going to hand the ball up to Johnson up front, spins around, stays on his feet, gets a little closer. Johnson, the ball carrier, they're going to stop the clock, call timeout. Lincoln has the ball at the South Kitsap 6-yard line.
And the pressure is really on the defense right now. A simple turnover could win it for South Kitsap, but this is definitely coming down to it's not looking so good for South Kitsap.
38 seconds remaining. South Kitsap leads 35-34 over Lincoln. Lincoln has the ball in South Kitsap territory at the South Kitsap 6-yard line. Lincoln has 1 timeout remaining. South Kitsap cannot stop the clock. However, Lincoln, if they don't get into the end zone, they need at least a field goal to win, to go ahead. They the last touchdown they scored, they had the extra kick blocked. And so if they were to kick a field goal, it would be a little chip shot, but it is not an easy task right now for anybody. The pressure is on for both sides. Lincoln needs to score. South Kitsap needs to stop on defense. The ball is at the 6-yard line. They can still get a first down at the 1. Lincoln comes out, hurries out of the huddle after the timeout. They have 1 remaining. South can't stop the ball. Kitten is going to hand the ball off to Johnson. He's hit, spins around, gets into the end zone for a touchdown. Touchdown, Lincoln.
Johnson in for the score.
Marcus Johnson with a 6-yard touchdown run to put Lincoln on the board and ahead. Now there is time on the clock. 32 seconds, but South Kitsap has no timeouts remaining. So when they get the ball back, they're going to have to work some magic to get that ball down to score because they do need a touchdown. Lincoln is going to call their 3rd and final timeout. Lincoln scores on a 6-yard touchdown run by Marcus Johnson, adding to the seesaw back and forth scoring barrage here tonight at the homecoming game for Joe Knowles Field on the campus of South Kitsap High School. The homecoming game. South Kitsap leading the first half, coming out. It's been seesaw back and forth since. South Kitsap was up 35-34. Lincoln just scored. 32 seconds remaining. Lincoln going for the extra point. We'll see if they kick or go for it. I think they're going to go for 2. They are going to go for 2. Because even an extra point only puts them up by 6. If they miss, they got to score a touchdown anyway. They're going to throw the little, and it's going to be out, and it's caught. Yeah, and it's good. It is good. They go for the 2-point conversion. Lincoln leads 42-35. 32 seconds remaining. South Kitsap is going to have to go the length of the field, depending on the spot of the ball after the kickoff, and they need to get into the end zone, and they have no timeouts remaining. The only time that the clock will stop is if they get a first down, but they have to hurry up to the line of scrimmage because the clock will start running once the chains are set.
This puts a lot of pressure on the kick return. If they get a kick return all the way back to the house, that could be the game. So far, the South Kitsap hasn't had a lot of really big yardage on the kick return, but there is that possibility. We definitely have the speed from both Bell, with Corey Bell and Taro Bell, and the agility. So it's kind of it's been a nail biter the whole game, and it continues to be a nail biter all the way down to the 32-second mark.
So South Kitsap will have one final chance. They need a touchdown. It's been back and forth here. Several lead changes between South Kitsap and Lincoln. Lincoln leads 42-35 after converting the 2 points. Here's the kickoff, and they're going to kick it down. It's going to be returned by South Kitsap, bobbled a little bit. They're going to make a return coming back. He's being chased sideways, looking for an opening, ducks his head down, gets around, looks like Maynard, and he's not going to get far. He stays on his feet. I thought he was down, keeps going. 12 seconds ran off. There's 20 seconds left. South Kitsap will have the ball at their own 23-yard line.
Very tough field position for South.
South has to go 77 yards for a score and get the extra point. So they're going to have to work a little magic here. Lincoln coming out looking like they're going to be in a little bit of a prevent defense. They don't want to give up a big play. They'd rather keep the ball on the ground in short territory and let that clock run out. South is going to try and work some of their magic. They're going to come out with a spread offense formation, 4 wide receivers, 1 lone setback, Taro Bell. Only 3 men are going to rush. Canton is flushed out of the pocket. The pass is going to be intercepted. Intercepted by Lincoln at the 25-yard line. And that's going to do it. The turnover by South Kitsap, interception. 13 seconds remaining. Lincoln leads 42-35, and that's going to do it. They have to do is take 1 snap, and that'll end it. What a great game played by both sides. Back and forth lead exchanges. Lincoln scores a touchdown late with 38 seconds left. Marcus Johnson with a 6-yard touchdown run. Lincoln converts the 2-point conversion. And they are going to come away with a 42-35 victory here today. What a great game played on both sides. Great game played on both sides of the ball. A disappointing loss for the South Kitsap Wolves here at their homecoming game. And that's going to do it. That is the final score. Lincoln improves their record to 6-1 overall, ranked 9th in the 3A. They come in to Joe Nose Field and defeat the South Kitsap Wolves 42-35. We want to thank everybody for joining us here at South Kitsap High School. What a great football game here tonight. And we'd also like to thank the students of the video production program who made this television program possible. We'll be back the next time with the next and final home game live here on SKTV on November 1st at 7 o'clock. And the final home game here at Joe Nose Field will be against the rival Central Kitsap Cougars. So again, the final score from Joe Nose Field, Lincoln 42, South Kitsap 35. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I'm Darren Bowden.
And I've been Siobhan Fay. Thank you very much.
So long, good evening, have a great night.